Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Popeye Goose. I've been trying to do this live stream since last night after I did that live stream playlist challenge that we did. There's a new glitch that's out. There was another version of it yesterday. After the live stream, I said I'd come back and I would try to do the, the glitch, show you guys how to do it, maybe help you guys out. But last night I was having all kinds of problems. It's been simplified a little bit by King Alex HD. You can see right now that I have no car icon on the screen. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I do. I guess one minute, obviously I don't. But you'll see, I'm just ending this one. I found a different way to go ahead and do this if you don't have that, a heist room, or you don't have any of that stuff, because actually, I've been having some problems, and I'll show you where you try to bring up the phone to join a quick job, and it just takes you in, and then it gives you a message where it says timed out, joining session, and then you're like basically stuck on a loading screen. And then, you basically just have to restart your GTA. So you're going to see right now, this is a dupe car that I just got. It says the vehicle cannot be modified. This is, I'm trying to obviously attempt this. This is going to be a little bit longer video because, like I said, this glitch isn't working perfectly. But I found there's 3 different ways that you can do this. So I've been having problems with it, and I've got it to work 2 different ways. So right now, since this car is the duped car, it's saying that I can't sell it right now. What I did earlier today was I, just requested my mobile operations center because my CEO office is so damn far away. But while we're waiting for that to come, just so you guys know, you don't need a facility, you don't need a bunker. What you need for this is you need a CEO garage, and you're going to need at least 2 garages in there. So you need garage 1 and garage 2. You cannot do this in garage 1. It has to be either garage 2 or garage 3. Alright, so I can't say that enough. One thing I want to say, if you are going to attempt this, you have to have tons of friggin' patience. Because, like I said, sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it doesn't. So you see how I couldn't take the car and sell it? It was saying I can't modify it, but here I am now, I'm loading it. Alright. Great way to start out the stream. So I did this earlier today, and the car actually was able to be saved inside there. So, regardless, we're going to go ahead and start this again from the very beginning. I'm in an invite-only session, and you can see, I guess I just lost that car for some reason. Earlier, I was able to save it. So, let me just check to see if that car's on the map anywhere. No, that car just disappeared. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this glitch from the beginning. While I'm getting my buzzard, I'm going to go ahead and explain what you guys need to do. First, to make things easy for you, go ahead and make sure that you're in a invite-only session. Okay, once you've done that, you need to make sure that you have a CEO office, okay, and you have to have at least 2 garages in there, so garage 1 and garage 2. Now what you need to do is make sure that garage 2 is full of cars, okay, so you have to have all 20 cars inside there. And when you do that, you need to make sure that you have either a Deluxo or an oppressor inside that CEO garage 2. Once you have that, you want to make sure you have some free elegies in there, because obviously that's where you're going to be duping the cars from. You also need to have the car that you want to dupe inside there. Preferably a, one of the cars from Benny's, hopefully fully maxed out so you can get the most money for it. If not, you can go ahead and do it if you have bought certain cars. Like say, for instance, if you bought the Tesseract and you paid the $2.8 million for it, what you can actually do is go ahead and dupe 1 copy of it. You sell the original copy. You get about, I think it's $2 million or $1.8 million for it. And then you just keep your dupe copy. So if you don't have any Benny's vehicles, I would suggest finding the most expensive vehicle that you have, that you've bought, not a car that you've gotten from a friend during a gift cards to friends, or a car that you've already duped. So if you've already sold an original car, you're not going to be able to dupe a copy of the dupe and then sell it unless it's a Benny's vehicle. So what you could do is, your most expensive car, go ahead and dupe a copy of it to yourself, sell your original, take that money, and then go ahead and buy a LG Custom or an LG RH8, take it to Benny's and fully customize it so you can keep duping that car over and over again and getting, a minimum of $900,000 for it. So, as I said, I called the MOC out. The first time I did it, it ended up saving the car. This time I drove in and it just disappeared. So like I said, this thing's working a little weird. So the other requirements after you are in an invite-only session and you have, CEO garage number 2, full of cars with either a Deluxo or an oppressor in there, also the car that you want to dupe, and a bunch of Elegy RH8s, the free ones. It doesn't have to be full of RH8s, but just make it worth your while. Have at least 2 or 3 in there so you can do this glitch. And the other thing that you need, and it is a requirement, you have to have the mechanic workshop in your CEO garage. Okay? So CEO garage, you have to have it full, the car you want to dupe inside, either an oppressor or a Deluxo to do this glitch with, and some free elegies in there. And you also need to have the mechanic workshop inside your CEO office. Now, like I said, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. If you do not have a heist room, alright, what you can do is, and I'll show you, I'll go through the steps when we do it earlier, but once you actually get to the part where you end up duping the elegy and you have 2 cars stacked on top of each other, you can just go ahead and go to your phone, go to Quick Job, go to Doomsday Heist, select a loan, and then just let it start up. And once it starts up, you just back out. What's going to happen is it's going to end up taking you to whoever's bunker that you started that heist with. And once you end up backing out of it, you'll notice that outside, you'll end up having your car there. Okay? The other thing you can do is if you have your own Pacific Standard heist set up, whether it's any of the setups, but you have to have at least completed one of the setups so that Lester will send you that little message on your phone to continue it. If you don't have that, say you don't have the CEO office, what you can do is if you have a friend or if you get a random invite from somebody else, as long as it's any of the Pacific Standard, the heist or any of the setups, you can actually join them. And then once you back out, your car should spawn on the street. Alright, so there's 3 different ways you can do this. And I'll go ahead and try to explain as best as I can without skipping any steps on what to do here. Alright, so here we are inside. So I'm in my CEO office. We're in Garage 2. Okay, I have Mechanic Workshop. Now, let me just see if I have that invite for Lester for... Okay. So I have 2 of them. You want to make sure it is not this one. You do not want to go ahead and have a message from Lester to join your Doomsday Heist. It should be the green ones for the, the original basic Pacific Standard Heist. So right now I have it set. I have the continue heist because I've already started up. I did the first setup once I got 4 people in it, and I just blew myself up so that it registered that I still have that heist. So you see right here, I have the car that I'm going to go ahead and dupe. I have a custom plate on it. Again, that's important. I have my goose plate. I have my Deluxo, which I'm going to be using to glitch this out. And I have, obviously, you see some free elegies. And you see I have the elegy custom that I've already duped today at slot 1. It doesn't matter, you don't need that other elegy there. You just need one car that you're going to dupe. And you need some elegies. And you need either a Deluxo or oppressor. I find it's easier with an oppressor if you have it. So I'm in an invite-only session. And here's basically the hardest part of the glitch here. What you need to do is you need to go ahead and go to Quick Job. Okay, you're going to go to Doomsday Heist, and you're going to hit Alone. If you have friends in the session, it'll say Enter with Friends or Alone. Go ahead and select Alone. Now, the part that can be very aggravating is sometimes when you go ahead and start it up, it'll say Gathering Session Information, then it'll automatically take you to that random Doomsday job that you're trying to join. If that happens, you'll notice a lot of times it'll pop up in the left-hand corner. It'll say Network Error. Joining this job, it's not available, and then you'll be on a friggin' loading screen for the rest of your life. So what you need to do is go ahead and restart your GTA, or you would go ahead and the quicker way you could possibly do this is go to Network or System, go to Settings, go to Network Settings, and then you go ahead and hit Go Offline. You wait a couple of seconds, and then once you come back on, it'll basically kick you back to story mode. Once you get to story mode, what you're going to do is go back to Network Settings, click Go Online, and then you would go ahead and select to join a invite-only session. So I got my fingers crossed. This thing's been working weird where I tried it the very first time yesterday. When I came into my garage, I had a black Deluxo with somebody else's plate on it. I drove it out, and I realized that I don't have a black Deluxo. And then as I was fucking around trying to get it and getting more aggravated, I saw somebody come and jump in the Deluxo and try to drive it into their garage, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun because that's my car. I didn't remember buying a black Deluxo, but he ended up taking it and driving it into his garage. So somehow I had somebody else's Deluxo in my garage. Rescue Me was doing this last night, and for some reason when he was doing it, my friggin' car right there that I'm trying to dupe was showing up inside his CEO garage. So this glitch is really glitchy. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to try this. Like I said, it's either going to be two things. I'm going to go ahead and be successful, or I'm going to get screwed. So I'm going to go ahead and select Doomsday Heist. I'm going to hit Alone. And then you're going to notice on the bottom right hand, it's going to say Gathering Session Information. If after a couple seconds it automatically takes you into the clouds, you're pretty much screwed. And you have to do either one of those two steps. Restart your GTA or go to Network Settings, go offline. It'll kick you back to Story Mode. When you get to Story Mode, go to Network Settings, go back online, and then go ahead to select to go back into an invite-only session. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Alone. Are you sure? Yes. Now what I'm looking for is after it says Gathering Session Information on the bottom right, it should say Populating Session, and it'll say like 1 of 4, 2 of 4, whatever. As soon as that pops up, you're going to bring the phone back up, you're going to go to Quick Job, Doomsday Heist, and just click on it once. And then you're going to basically back out, close your phone, and you'll be glitched out to the point where you notice your style option on your interactive menu will be shaded out. And it'll say you cannot access this when you're in a job. So let's go ahead and hopefully GTA can be nice to me, and we'll get this going. So again, I'm going to go ahead and hit Alone. Are you sure? Yes. Now what I'm looking for is it says looking for job. When it says populating lobby, you're going to go ahead and bring up the phone again, go to Quick Job. If it takes you to the clouds, you're pretty much screwed. And then you have, so that right there, it just popped up saying populating. Okay, now that's all you need to do is just click it once. Now I'm going to back out. Okay, and you see that it doesn't say Gathering Session Information anymore. When I go ahead and hit my interactive menu, it says style, you cannot access this menu while on the mission. So the first part of this is actually going pretty smooth. Thank you, Rockstar. Now, you're going to get on your Deluxo or your Oppressor, and you're just going to drive it out. Okay, and I just drive it out. I don't fuck around with it much. I just leave it. Okay, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is you see my other one from the last time. I'm going to go back in to the same garage, which is the one I'm using all my cars from, the car that I want to dupe and my Deluxo came from. I'm not my Deluxo, my Oppressor. So I'm going to go back into Office Garage 2. Now here's the next part, and this is why you need to have the mechanic shop inside your CEO office. So once it takes me back in, I'm going to go to the car that I want to dupe. In this case, it's going to be that LG the LG Custom. If you don't have money and you need to, save up some money to be able to afford to customize this, like say that car right there was a Tesseract and I bought it, you can go ahead and do the same thing that I'm going to do with these steps. You sell the original copy of it, you keep the dupe, and then once you get the money from whatever car it is that you just sold, go ahead and buy an elegy, customize it fully at Benny's, and then you can go ahead and repeat these steps. So I'm going to get in the car. Alright, I'm going to hit right on the control pad to go into the modification shop. Alright. Now what you need to do is you need to go ahead and customize or change one thing on this car, whether it's the headlights, the fenders, change the color of the plate. That's basically it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the plate. Just the color of it. Again, make sure that you have a custom plate, or else this is going to basically get you dupe detected. So I just changed that to yellow on blue. I'm going to hit back, back again, back again. Now, when you get to this menu right here, you want to just exit the vehicle. Okay, now the next part, what you do is you hit the Y button to get back in the car. And as soon as you hit the Y button, you're going to spam the hell out of right on the control pad and the A button. And you're not going to stop hitting it until you get that little tone. It's going to go bing, and it's going to take your car and start driving it into your garage. And then your car is going to end up duping on top of each other. So it's really important. Once you open the once you hit Y to open the door, do not stop spamming right on the control pad and the A button on Xbox. If you're on PlayStation, you would spam right on the control pad and X until it actually takes you out of the mechanic workshop. So now I'm spamming back and forth right on the control pad and A. You see there, it just automatically took me into my garage, and you should see that I have 2 cars now. Okay, now at this point, you can either get out of the car, you can do whatever you want, you can even go outside, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, I should have an invite for that Lester, and I don't. Okay, I don't have it right now. So, oh, there it is. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue heist setup. And again, it's the green one. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept it. It's going to take me to my heist room. I'm going to be looking at the board, and I'm just going to simply hit B to back out. And if everything works right, once you exit your heist apartment, okay, I'm just going to hit B to back out. Okay, I should be able to go outside. Fingers crossed. So far, things have been working pretty good for me. I'm going to exit, and the car should appear outside on the map. And then you're just going to go ahead and take it, and you're going to drive it into your CEO garage. Now, if you don't have the heist set up, what you need to do, and again, it has to be Pacific Standard. What you need to do is either have a friend of you help, and they can be waiting for that spot, like after you end up duping the two cars, or after you dupe the car and you see two of them on top of each other. Alright, so I'm kind of screwed right now. It didn't actually work for me, unfortunately. So you see that? You still see my car icon. It is inside my garage. So it's showing that things are kind of fucked up. I don't understand. This glitch is, like I said, it's really fucking glitchy. It's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. So like I said, you have to have some patience. But there may be another way that this can work, as long as... Let me just make sure this isn't one of my cars here. So again, I'll just go through the other steps. Either you could have a friend waiting after you ended up duping the cars and you saw two of them in your garage. You could either go ahead and start up your own, or accept your own Lester invite to continue your Pacific Standard heist. Or if you had a friend, you can actually have them send you an invite to the Pacific Standard. Same thing, once you join it, you go to the heist room, you back out, and you should come outside and have the car. So we'll go ahead and see what happens here. There's another option, like I said. As long as you have the two cars stacked on top of each other, you can just go ahead and start up the Doomsday heist again on the quick job. Once you go into the lobby, you just basically back out, and then you should have your car, which should spawn outside of whoever's facility that started that job. So there's three ways. Okay, so right now I still have the two cars duped right here, and I'm going to try this the other way now. Since I just tried the Lester one, you know, I could actually try it again. Let me see if I have that Lester job with the invite. Alright, so maybe it's because I was inside the car. You know, like I said, this is pretty glitched out, so I'm going to try this again. So I got the invite to start up, and again, it's the green one, to start up my Pacific Standard. So let's go ahead and try this again. If not, I'm going to come back in here, and I'm just going to simply go to my phone, go to quick job, start up the Doomsday, well, join somebody else's Doomsday heist, and I'm just going to let it actually join me into their lobby. I'm going to back out, and the car should appear outside of their facility, which, you know, is kind of tough depending on where it is. Seems like I keep getting put at Paleto Bay, and, you know, that's not what I want, because I don't have really any offices or garages up there, so I would have to drive it all the way back. Or you could try the MOC, although I've tried it twice with the MOC. The first time it saved, and the second time the car disappeared. So if this works correctly, you exit the apartment, and your car should appear on the street. You shouldn't see the icon in your garage still. And I'm not sure I have a good feeling about this, but we'll see. So right now the car is still inside my garage. So like I said, you got to have some patience. Sometimes this works perfectly, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just trying to show you. Obviously, I would like to show you it working perfectly. But I'm just going to look around quick to make sure that that car's not spawned on the back of my office. And if this doesn't work, one more time that I'm going to do this, I'm going to go ahead and show you the option of joining, you know, a random Doomsday heist through the Quick Jobs option on your phone. And we'll see if that works. If not, I'm going to probably reload the session and try it all over again. So you still got the two cars. Okay, which isn't a big deal because I've done this before where, alright, I tried to get the, you know, the Pacific Standard like I just did, went to join, backed out. One time the car was on the street, the other times the car still shows that it's in the apartment here. So as I said, hopefully this one works. So for you people that don't have the ability to join the Pacific Standard, just say this is the next step. After you leave your garage, your modification shop, and it brings you in here and you have two cars stacked on top of each other, if you don't have the ability to continue that Doomsday heist setup or the Doomsday heist itself, just go ahead and try this again and let's see how this works. So Doomsday heist, I'm going to go ahead and join it alone. Hopefully it lets me join. This time I'm not going to back out as soon as I see it populating session. What I'm hoping for is that it takes me to the clouds right now, and then it does not say error joining session, and then you're on that permanent loading screen. So normally I would back out if this was the other step. I'm going to go ahead and just wait until it actually takes me where it needs to go. Hopefully it loads me into the lobby. And usually it'll happen within a couple of seconds. If it doesn't, on the top left, it'll say network error joining this job. And then you basically got to restart this again. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully, once I get the option to back out, I'm going to keep hitting B to back out so this guy doesn't start it. Okay. Now, it looks like it's going to be up, I don't know, probably at Paleto Bay again. My car should spawn, the duplication, the one I just duped should spawn outside here on the map. And I think instead of trying to take it into my MOC, I'm probably just going to drive it all the way the hell to my CEO garage. Okay, so you see right here, there's that car that I was originally trying to get by joining the continuation of my Leicester job. Again, you'll notice a lot of times too, if you want to confirm that this is the dupe copy of that car, you will not have windows on the car. You see how I don't have windows? And just to confirm, hopefully I'm not talking out of my ass right now, I'm going to call my mechanic and I'm going to show you that in my CEO garage 2, I still have this elegy that I duped in there to confirm that this is the dupe copy of it.
You're through to your garage.
So hopefully everything works out right and I don't sound like an idiot. So you see right there, that elegy that I duped earlier is still right there.
Alright, I'll get back to work.
So let's go ahead and take this one. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to drive it all the way to my CEO garage because I don't want to try to do the situation with the MOC again. Because I don't want it to disappear. So let me just make sure I'm in. Yeah, I'm still in my invite only, so nobody can come blow me up, blow the car up, and fuck things up. So I'm going to go ahead and take this car. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to take the trek back to my CEO office, which is the Cheap Maze Bank office in the center of the city. Like I said, you could go ahead and try with the MOC. Worst case is, it might just disappear like it did that last time. And depending on how far I am, let me just make sure. Oh, this one's not all that far. So let's see. I'm just going to go and take it. And now, the next step would be, you would take this car, you would drive it back into CEO garage number 2, and you're going to replace it with one of those free elegies that you have in there. I think you can actually also do it with the Fagios as well. So let me just put a spawn point here so I can drive back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and head back. It's going to take a little bit of time. But like I said, there's possibly 3 different ways that you can get this done. 2 of them require some kind of Pacific Standard heist, whether it's Leicester sending you a message to say continue your own, or say if one of your friends or somebody randomly just sends you an invite to a Pacific Standard either heist or one of the setups. If you don't have those options, then like I said, you can just go after the car. You see the cars are duplicated after you left the CEO garage. You can just go ahead and bring up your phone again, go to Quick Jobs, and then just join whichever random Doomsday heist is there. Once you get into the lobby, just hit B to back out. It's going to spawn you at the facility of the person who started it, whoever was the host of that Doomsday job, and then your car will appear on the map. And you'll see, to confirm, once I bring it to my CEO garage, I'm going to go to garage 2. It should say that it's full. I have to swap out a vehicle. And then I'm going to go ahead and replace one of the elegies. And you'll see that I still have, I think in slot, what is it, slot 6, I'll still have that elegy that I used to dupe with. So I'm not too far. You know, if I'm talking out my ass, then you'll notice that I don't have the car in slot 6 in garage 2. But like I've said, I've done this earlier today. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Last night I tried it for about 3 hours straight up. I wasn't able to do it. I had Rescue Me try it. He was able to do it once. And then Country Pride was doing it again as well. So here we go. So obviously, that car that I duped, car that was in slot 6, is still in there. Because if this was that car, it wouldn't give me the option to say that my garage is full. So I did in fact dupe this car. I'm going to replace it over one of the elegies. And you'll see I still have that custom elegy in slot 1. And I still have a custom elegy in slot 6. So if you don't have the ability to do the Pacific Standard heist, whether it's with a friend helping you, or if you don't have it set up yourself, then you just basically join that Doomsday heist again after you have you show that you have 2 cars duplicated. Now, here's the part where it gets tricky. After you do that, you should notice that your style information comes back. If that happens, you're not able to do this step again without actually repeating everything again. So some people say, oh, it's just as easy as driving the Deluxo or the Presser out. Bullshit it is. Because what's going to happen is, yeah, you can drive the Deluxo out, but when you try to come back in here and take one of these cars into your custom shop, you can still change an item on the car, and then if you get out of the car and try to get back in and spam the hell out of right on the control pad and spam A or X depending on what console you're on, it's going to take you back into the options to modify the car. So I have not been able to dupe 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in a row without repeating these steps again. So I just duped that car, and I did it without having to join the Pacific Standard job, either from my message from Lester to continue, or a random person sending you an invite, or if you have a friend waiting for you to finish that step where you dupe the 2 cars, he can send you an invite to the Pacific Standard. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, if all else fails and you don't have the heist room and you don't have the Pacific Standard job set up, once you have the 2 cars duped, you just go ahead and bring your phone back up again and you repeat the steps, but you actually let yourself load into somebody else's Doomsday heist, and then you back out, and the car, your duped car, should appear outside of their facility. And then you have 2 options: either drive it back into garage 2 of your CEO office, or you can call the MOC and drive it in the back. But you saw I've done it twice. The first time it saved it, the second time it ended up just disappearing. So I've duped 1. Now we're going to try this again. So the first step again, for anybody who's watching, and I haven't checked the live stream, if there's anybody in the comments, yeah, I appreciate you guys joining. If you have any questions or concerns, I'll get to you guys in a little bit. I just want to have a couple of these successful, and then I'll try to go ahead and help you guys out. If you don't have your own Pacific Standard heist set up, then I can go ahead and send you an invite. And if you're curious, like say, I was trying this yesterday with the Fleecer job, and it just wasn't working, and I saw the new video that came out where King Alex said you need to have the Pacific Standard. So what you can do is you just go into your office, or you call Lester, you cancel your Fleecer job or the prison break, whatever you have, and then you go back into your heist room. You start up the Doomsday heist, but make sure it says that you have to pay $100,000 to start up that job. And then what I would say is go ahead and try and get 4 people so you can start the first setup, and then you don't need to complete it, just kill yourself. By doing that, it'll allow you to get that message from Lester to continue that Pacific Standard heist. So like I said, there's 3 different ways to do it. Either if you're at that step where you can continue that with that message from Lester, or if a random person just sends you an invite to a Pacific Standard job, you can accept it as well and hopefully glitch yourself out and get the car duped, or you have a friend waiting for you. So primarily this is solo. Unless you're having problems and you don't have the Pacific Standard job set up, then you need to either have a friend help you, or you can do what I did just by, once the car's dupe, you just go ahead and bring up your phone again, go to random job, and you go to Doomsday and let it load in. Once you get into that player's session, you back out, and you should be at their facility with your duped copy outside, and you can either drive it into an MOC if you have, the personal vehicle storage in the back, or just drive it all the way to your office like I did. So fingers crossed. Let's go ahead and do this again. So now we're back at the beginning. Some people said after you dupe 1, you can just drive the oppressor out and keep doing it, but I have a problem when I go back into the mod shop. It won't give me the option of spamming right and A at the same time, and the car automatically coming back in here and being duped. It'll keep giving me options to customize the car, which basically you're basically screwed. So you would need to repeat these steps again. So again, anybody who wants to know what's going on, please watch the beginning of this video, because it goes into detail on the issues that you could possibly have. And also there's 3 different ways, as I said, that you can go ahead and dupe the car. Whether you have your message from Lester to continue your Pacific Standard heist, or somebody randomly just happens to send you an invite to a Pacific Standard heist, or like I said, if you have a friend waiting for that step, he sends you an invite to his Pacific Standard. Or if you don't have any of those options and nobody's online, none of your friends online, you're just going to go ahead, once the cars are stacked on top of each other, bring up your phone again, go ahead and quick jobs, Doomsday heist, join their job. Once you get into the lobby, back out. It'll put you outside their facility with your duped copy out there, and then you have 2 options of either calling it your MOC and storing it, or if you want to be 100% positive that it's going to stay, you just drive it back to your garage 2 or garage 3. Again, do not do this in garage 1 for some reason, because it does not work. So there's a bunch of different ways that this can work, But the videos that I've seen, people say that it only works if you do it through the Pacific Standard, and not everybody has that set up. So I just found another way from testing it and getting aggravated and about to throw my controller through the fucking wall. I ended up saying, you know what, let me just go ahead and see if I can bring up the phone, join the job again, and what happens. So I've actually found another way for you guys to do it, for you people that don't have the ability to use the heist room, or you don't have a friend online. So hopefully this will be able to help you out. This is probably one of the easiest glitches as far as money-wise, because a lot of people already have a CEO office. Just make sure, again, you have the custom shop inside your CEO garage, and you also have at least 2 garages, garage 1 and garage 2. Make sure garage 2 is the one you're using. You have the car you want to dupe inside. You have the garage full of cars, and you have to have at least a couple elegies or possibly fagios inside there to replace over. And you need the Deluxo or oppressor. Personally, if you have the oppressor, I would recommend using that. It seems to be more, you know, I don't know, more likely to happen for you if you have that. No matter what I do with the Deluxo, it just wasn't working for me. But again, maybe I'm having some issues that you guys aren't having. So let's go ahead and start this from the beginning. Now that I have everything set up, invite only lobby, custom plate on the car I want to dupe, full garage, at least some elegies in there, Deluxo or oppressor. So here we go. Bring up the phone. We're going to go to quick jobs, Doomsday Heist. Okay, if you had the option to select with friends or alone, you want to go ahead and select alone. If it doesn't give the option with friends, it's because there's nobody in your session that's a friend. That's pretty basic. So now, fingers crossed that it actually shows me where it says populating lobby, and then I can back out. If it takes me into the job, most likely it's going to screw me, and I'm going to end up getting a message on the top left that says network error, and then you're going to have to restart your GTA, or like I said, go to your Xbox button, hit settings, network, go offline, back out. It'll take you to story mode. Once you get into story mode, go back to settings, go back online, load back into an invite only, and then repeat this step again. I would also recommend that you set your spawn location to your CEO garage, because sometimes you will get screwed and it'll take you to the clouds and you have to restart everything again. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Now what I'm looking for is obviously looking for job. Once it says populating lobby or gathering players, right above that looking for job, then you're going to bring up the phone. Yeah, okay, see there, it just screwed me. So what's going to happen most likely is it's either going to take me to the job, which probably won't. It'll probably give me a message on the left saying network error joining job. And then if that's the case, you either restart your GTA, or you hit your Xbox button, or I guess your PlayStation button, go offline. It'll take you back to story mode. Once you get to story mode, do the same thing. Select to go back online. And then once you're actually selected to go back online, once you're in GTA, hit the pause menu, go to online, and go to invite only session. So this is the pain in the ass of this glitch right here, is this specific step. Because you will be on this loading screen forever. If it doesn't automatically take you into that Doomsday lobby, pretty soon it's going to pop up on the left, and it's going to say that basically there's a network error, and it's telling you that you're kind of fucked. So you have to either restart the game, or go to the Xbox or PS button, go to your settings, go to network, and select to go offline. It'll kick you to story mode, and then once you load into story mode, repeat that step, but go online, and then hit your pause button, go to online through your interact or your pause button menu, and then you're going to go ahead and, you know, basically select to go to an invite only lobby. So since I'm actually going to be kind of in this for a while, you'll see pretty soon, I'd say within about 20 seconds, I should get that message on the top left saying network error. There we go. So you'll notice you'll be on this screen for days unless you do something to get it off, like I said, by either restarting GTA or going back, which I'll show you this other way. And I'm not sure, I'm not sure which way is going to be quicker, but I'm going to go here to network settings, go offline, give it a second until this information here pops up. You see that circle? Okay, it says you're offline. Now when I back out, after a couple seconds, it's going to kick me to story mode. There you go. Wait until you get back into story mode, and then I'm going to do the same thing, hit the Xbox button, go to network settings, and I'm going to select to go back online. I'm going to wait a second so all the information updates saying that all services are available, that you're back online. You just hit B to back out. Let story mode load in so that actually you're on the ground, your character's walking around, and then you just go ahead and hit pause, go to online, go to invite only session, and then repeat the steps all over again. So here we are. Now I'm going to go back to settings, network settings, go online. I'm going to wait for it to come back here because it says it's gathering info. Once it gets all the information again, then I'm just going to go ahead and back out again. Wait a couple seconds here. I'm going to hit the pause button. Go online. Play GTA, invite only session, and let it load up. That's why it's important to make sure that you set that CEO office as your spawn location so you don't have to waste your time and go all the way back there. If it's not set at your spawn location, just take a helicopter or car and drive all the way back there and repeat the steps. So you've seen a successful attempt and you've seen some fails. So this is kind of good because obviously people are having problems with this. I was having tons of problems. I'm usually very good at doing these duplication bitches, these duplication glitches, and you know, this one is just pretty sporadic on how well it wants to work for you. But again, it's about $1 million or 900 and something thousand. So even if you have to kind of play with this, you know, if you're somebody that doesn't have the ability to afford a facility or an Avenger like most of them have been, most of the glitches lately, you know, then this is a great option for you guys that are kind of tight on money to be able to go ahead and get this done. So while we're loading back in, I just want to go ahead and check the chat to see if there's anybody in. Got a lot of people in. We have Bartek Bonin. What's up? Demon Name. Appreciate you coming back. Bartek said I have found a glitch that will allow you to play PvE on Fortnite. If you don't have it, maybe you could make a video of. Alright, for Bartek. If you saw yesterday, I was in a live stream with Bartek. And we were playing Fortnite and getting killed a lot, but we were having some fun. So I'll go ahead and check that out. Bartek, I'll hook up with you in a little bit. I'm sure people will be interested in that. What's up, A Fan asking, is there anyone on PS4 who can do the Act 2 heist glitch with him? So if there's anybody out there who is on PlayStation 4, go ahead and hook up with A Fan. Try and get his, leave your PSN ID, or A Fan, if you could leave your PSN ID so somebody can go ahead and hook up with you. Maybe you guys can do that, or you can go ahead and try this glitch. So A Fan, if you have, you know, a CEO office and you have at least 2 garages, use your second garage. Follow the steps that I'm talking about here. If you don't have a custom Benny's vehicle, just find one of the most expensive supercars that you have bought, and then go ahead and just do these steps with that supercar. And then once you sell that, the original one, you know, you'll get a decent amount of money for it. You keep the dupe copy of it, and then just go ahead and buy an LG RH8, bring it to Benny's, fully customize it, and then just keep repeating these steps so you can make money with it. Obey Seablade says, Yo Goose, is it possible to duplicate a dune with this glitch? To be honest with you, I am not sure. If you can take the dune and put it in your CEO office, I don't see why not. One thing I just want to say while I remember here, you might have bought the Deluxo, and maybe that's the most expensive car that you have. If you're using the Deluxo and that's all you have, you know, you're probably not going to be able to do this. But if you have an Oppressor and a Deluxo, I don't see why you couldn't have them both in that garage too. Drive out the Oppressor. Actually, yeah, I don't think you can bring your Deluxo into the CEO garage, to be honest with you, to modify it. So no, that won't work. You can't go ahead and dupe that Deluxo because you could get 2.8 million if you sell the original copy of it. So just forget anything. Any of those weaponized vehicles, don't attempt this with that. Try to either do it with a supercar or a sports car if you do not have a Benny's vehicle that is customized or fully customized. So we're going to start this again. I'm in an invite-only lobby. I'm going to Garage 2, and we're going to try this again. Eric Bailey, this glitch is annoying. Haha, tried most of the night last night, then heard Arcadia Tower CEO office is the only one it works with most consistently at the moment, I guess. So if that's the case, you know, maybe the Arcadia office tower is probably the best one to do it with. I'm trying it at Maze Bank, and you'll see sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't really know. And we have 087 Kane, PlayStation 3 or 4. This is Xbox One. If you're on PlayStation 4, go ahead and hook up with A Fan. He's looking for somebody to help him out either with the Act 2 heist, or like I said, you guys can kind of do this on your own if you have all the requirements, all the setups as I mentioned. Rescue Me RC, good job. Rescue Me also says, why are you wearing a bikini in the shower? Yeah, it makes sense, Rescue Me, but I guess it's because it's, you know, there's no need for tits and ass to be shown on this. We got some underage kids out there. I'm sure they can just type in a quick, you know, a quick website on the internet to get some tits and ass, but I guess this is trying to be a little bit respectful of the fact that, you know, There's no need to see anything that you don't need to see. So here we are again. You saw that this is the one that I just duped at last time after trying a couple different ways, and I still have that one in garage slot 1, which is the one I did earlier. So again, hopefully this time things will work and it does not kick me out again. So from the beginning, hopefully you guys know what the requirements are. I'll just run them down. I know it's kind of annoying for anybody that's already been watching, but for anybody that hasn't been watching, you can go ahead and do this solo. Although if you're having problems, you can have somebody help you just by basically sending you an invite to the Pacific Standard job, although you do not need that. So maybe the best way to do this is just fuck the Pacific Standard, do it the way I did. Once your car is duped, you come back in here, go to quick job again, let it load in, and then you know, just back out, and your car should appear outside of the facility, the person that you started the heist with. So you want to make sure you do this in either garage 2 or 3. Do not do this in CEO garage 1. CEO garage 2 or 3 has to be full of cars. You have to have the car that you want to dupe, which in this case is going to be this car. And you also need to have either a Deluxo or a Presser inside the same garage, and some free LGs or Fagios to dupe over. And you also need to have a custom plate, and you also need to have the mechanic workshop in your CEO garage. So this should be a little bit more easily accessible for most players, even if you don't have money, because usually everybody has a CEO office. And if you don't have 2 garages, just go ahead and buy the second garage, and make sure you also have the mechanic workshop. So we're going to start it out again. I prefer using the Deluxe, the Oppressor, because I don't have much success with the Deluxo. Although, you know, it could be different for people. And Rescue Me saying that the Arcadia Tower CEO office, I guess it works more consistently with the car actually spawning outside. But let's go ahead and try this again. I have been noticing, though, after I dupe it once and I try to come back and do it, I have a high tendency of getting that message where it pops up saying network error joining the job. So since I've left the session and came back, hopefully this first time I shouldn't have any problems, and I should get what I'm looking for where it says populating lobby. So I'm going to bring up the phone, go to quick job, Doomsday Heist. You want to make sure you select alone if the option is either alone or with friends. If it says with friends, it's because you have somebody else in the lobby with you. So don't sweat it. If it doesn't say with friends, don't even pay attention. You just need alone. So we're going to go ahead and hit alone, and hopefully this time it'll give me the option where it says populating lobby or gathering players right above loading job. And then I'm just going to bring the phone up again. I'm going to go to quick job, and I'm just, son of a bitch, man. So here we go again. And maybe this is because I'm in the Maze Bank. Like I said, maybe if you're in Arcadia Towers, maybe it's a little easier, I don't know. But I'm going to have to go ahead and repeat these damn steps again. So I'm just going to wait to show you that it's not going to load me into the lobby. It's going to pop up again on the left saying error joining or network error, blah, blah, blah. It's going to tell you, you know, go start this shit again. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and restart GTA, because I notice more times than not when I restart GTA and I come back in, the very first attempt, I get what I'm looking for when I try to join that quick job, and it actually says, you know, searching for a job or whatever, and then it'll pop up with that that message that says, you know, gathering players or populating session or whatever, and then it'll basically, once you see that, you just need to hit your phone again, go to, you know, quick job, Doomsday, just click on it once and then back out, and you'll notice that on the bottom it doesn't say populating lobby anymore or searching for lobby. So as I said in the very beginning, this is not the most reliable glitch as far as working perfectly every single time, but unfortunately this is probably the best one for anybody who's kind of low on cash and doesn't have an Avenger or a facility. You know, at some point, probably Tuesday, this may be patched tonight, I don't know. So if I were you, I would go ahead and try to take advantage of this as much as possible, and just know you're going to need some patience. So either, you know, smoke something and relax, or, you know, just have some patience. You might have to keep going through this process again. So I loaded back in. I went to story mode, so I'm going to go back into story mode, and I'm going to go ahead and hit, you know, to join online in an invite-only session. You may be able to do this in other sessions. You may be able to do it in a public session, but then there's always the possibility that somebody kills you or blows your shit up once you end up spawning back on the street. So we have Dylan Betancourt patched. God, I hope not, but I don't think it's patched, Dylan. It's just not working consistently 100%. If you take the advice from Rescue Me, or was it, I'm sorry, Eric Bailey, is saying that the Arcadia Tower CEO office, he's heard, is the one that it works more consistently. And I guess you might not have as many problems as I'm having. But I'm just going to keep sticking with this one because a lot of people who are tight on cash probably have this cheapest one. So I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible with the least amount of money being spent. So hopefully everybody can go ahead and do this glitch here. So here we go. Online, play GTA, invite only, blah, blah, blah. I have my spawn location set to my CEO office. And then I'm just going to go back into Garage 2. I haven't tried it with Garage 3. Yesterday when I was trying it was with Garage 1 because I watched a video on Obese Giraffe's channel and he didn't mention anything about what garage. He didn't mention anything about what heist it needed to be, so I just started up the Fleeca job. And maybe that's why I was ready to fucking stop breaking shit after 3 hours of testing, because I had the Fleeca job. I was doing it in Garage 1. So I ended up last night trying to move all my cars from Garage 1 back to get Garage 2 set up. And I kept trying it, but it was with the Fleeca job. And I didn't try to go ahead after the car's duplicated just to go ahead and bring up Quick Job, Doomsday, and let it load into some random session and then back out. So I found that out today after, you know, a lot of cuss words being thrown out here. Luckily my girl and daughter aren't home. But I finally was like, fuck it, I'm just going to test. I tried doing Titan of a job. I tried doing a bunch of shit and it didn't work. But I noticed that if I hit the phone again, went to the Doomsday job through the Quick Jobs, that it ended up working pretty much consistently. So let's see right here. After I restarted GTA, most of the times when I try to join that Quick Job, it works for me. The last time I ended up just, you know, going to my network settings and I ended up canceling. Wait a minute. I ended up basically just going offline and back online, and maybe that's why I had the problem. Maybe a good tip is, you know, if it doesn't work for you, restart GTA after you dupe your first car and just keep going through this process and starting it again. The only thing that kind of does suck when you keep joining sessions is it takes a little while for Lester to send you that continuation message to continue the Pacific Standard. So, like I said, I think I'm just going to keep trying to go, although it will spawn you outside. And since I have my Del Piero apartment right across the street as my heist location, it's pretty quick. But I've been noticing that I haven't been having some problems where I've done everything right and I still come out and my car is showing it's on the map, but it shows that it's inside my CEO garage, and then, you know, basically have problems. But if that happens, as long as you go back in Garage 2 or whichever garage that you started this other than Garage 1 and you see the two cars still stacked together or right next to each other, then just go ahead and bring up your phone, do the Quick Job Doomsday Heist, and actually let yourself load into the session. Once you do, you back out, and you'll appear at whoever started that session, the host of its facility, and your car will be outside. So as long as, if you're having problems where it won't appear on the street going with the Pacific Standard Heist, you know, as long as you come back in here and you still have those two cars duped, you know, just go ahead, like I said, Quick Job, let it load in, and then back out. And that works pretty much, I would say, every single time. So hopefully this time, since I restarted my game, GTA is going to be nice to me. Although GTA is, I think, kind of fucking hating me. I've been having some issues lately. Restarted my Act 2 heist again like a bunch of pricks. After doing it 3 times, and I basically did everything right. The game just froze on me when I tried to restart it and kind of screwed me. So, again, fingers and toes crossed this time. Whatever else I can cross. I'm looking for it to say right above that message where it says looking for job, populating lobby, or gathering players. And then I'm just going to hit the phone up again and go to Quick Jobs. Do not take me to the fucking clouds. Sometimes it happens quicker. Sometimes it takes a while. I think it's taken me up to a couple minutes before for that populating lobby to pop up. You should get a little tone too. It goes boink when that actually that message pops up saying populating lobby. So, hopefully everybody's having a great Sunday. Hopefully the weather's nice. In here in Denmark, it's been a beautiful day. My girl and daughter are out enjoying themselves. Left me home alone, which is actually kind of okay with me today. Trying to get this done. I've been trying this for a total of, I think, like 5 hours between yesterday and today. Come on, populate and lobby. There we go. I heard the tone. I didn't even wait. Son of a bitch. I should have actually just did it quicker. I heard that tone. As soon as I heard the tone, I should have immediately just selected Doomsday. I actually brought up the phone, went over, and I waited a second. So I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. At least it took me to the lobby. Actually, you know what? I did this earlier today. You're going to be surprised if this happens. I actually did that same setup, and my car was outside without even getting glitched out. That was actually the first time it worked for me today. No, I do not want to join. Get the fuck out of here. I'm quitting. Hopefully it'll take me. It'll bring me to his facility. We'll see. It might load me outside of his facility with that car. This has actually worked one time for me today as well. So like I said, this thing is kind of fucked up. But just be a little patient. Hopefully my car is back outside again. And that is a negative. Okay, so you see I have no car here. I'm just going to look on the map to see if that car is somewhere on the street. Okay, yeah. I didn't glitch myself out, so it shouldn't. But it did happen the same exact thing to me earlier where I didn't even glitch myself out. It automatically took me to the lobby. It loaded me in the job. And then my car was just chilling right outside here. So let me just make sure. Let me look around and make sure that my car's not. Yeah, it shouldn't. Okay, no. It only did that when I had the cars already duped. It was the second step that I was trying. So let's go ahead and get our ass back. Let me see, actually. If I have that Leicester invite, which I don't. I was going to say I could just load back to my Del Piero and it's right across the street. So I'm going to go ahead and just go CEO, register, call my buzzing, and fly back there. So you see right now, luckily, I'm doing this with the live stream so you can see all the bullshit that is involved with this. Sometimes it's nice. These guys post a little video. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's just a walk in the fucking park. But I'm sure a lot of them have these problems and they edit that shit out. So I'm actually glad that I'm having some problems because I know there's tons of people out there that are going to have problems. Like I said, I'm usually really good at doing these videos. You guys have seen on my channel. I usually have no problem with the timing or anything like that. It's just this one is not as consistent. This is kind of like a poor man's dupe glitch, and maybe you pay the price because, you know, it is a little bit of a poor man's glitch, so it's not going to work consistently every single time, it seems, at least for me. But you don't need that much money to actually get this one going. It's probably a lot of the stuff that you already have. So let's see what happens here. I actually should have... that was actually my fault because I got the tone. I went to the phone, quick job. Alright, so let's just send me the invite for the Pacific Stand, but I'm already here. I'm just going to go ahead and take a nice little scenic trip back to my my CEO office. I could just click on that invite, cancel, you know, back out of the job, and then run right across the street because I do have my CEO office and my heist room are basically right across from each other. So let's go ahead, let's load back in to my garage, see what's happened. See what is going to happen here. Alright, you make sure you do not want to join that continuation for the Doomsday heist. You want to make sure anytime you join the Pacific Standard, or if you don't have those options, like I said, after you dupe your cars, just go ahead and, you know, go to quick job again and join. Let me park this away so it's not going to affect me when I drive out. Okay, and again, let's go back. It chopped up by the... Sorry guys, I'm smoking, so that's why I sound like I'm fucking mumbling. My fault. I gotta pay attention to that. Alright, so right now it looks like I may be in a public session. I guess it just took me back. I didn't even realize that. So we'll go ahead and try it again without having to go back to an invite only. You may possibly be able to do this in passive as well if you're in a public session, so you don't have to worry about people blowing you up and fucking things up. Let me just check. Okay, I'm in an invite only, and I got the Oh, okay, my fault. Shout out to Big Daddy. That's who's in right now. Hold on, what the fuck's going on here? I should have my own... Oh, my party encountered an error. Okay. So I'm going to start the party again. Just go ahead and put it on party controls. Invite only. Alright, that's why my icon was flashing, saying I was talking. Alright, so here we go. Attempt number fucking 50,000 in the past 2 days. So like I said, you know, take my word for it. It's not as consistent, at least with this CEO office. And maybe with other ones, as you know, Country Pride, which is Eric Bailey, said, you know, the Arcadia CEO building seems to be the most consistent from what he's been seeing in videos, or himself, you know, he's been having more success with that one. I had Rescue Me doing it. He has the same facility here. I'm in the same CEO office, and he's actually been able to dupe about 10 to 12 today, but he's never been able to dupe 2 in a row without repeating these steps of doing the quick job. So here we go. Doomsday Heist. I got a friend in the session, so I'm going to go ahead and hit alone. And again, I'm going to be about as quick as fucking lightning as soon as I get that little tone that pops up. If it says do 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 do. Oh my fucking word. I'm starting to hate this fucking glitch already. And I don't know, I was in my CEO organization. Maybe I should have backed out of that. I didn't realize that. I forgot that I didn't back out of that after I landed the buzzard. So, we'll see what happens here. Looks like it's taking forever, so it'll probably just give me that network error again. So here we go. I'm going to play this fucking game again. I apologize. I was hopefully thinking that this stream was going to be a lot shorter. Hopefully it was going to work like it's supposed to. A couple times in a row. I was going to show you the different options of how you can get the car to actually spawn out on the street. But, yeah, I don't say. Manly Rolls. The weather is terrible where I am. IBM Owner Reaper. If you guys need money, I recommend the Boneyard Survival Glitch. It still works. Alright, so thanks IBM Owner Reaper. If there's anybody out there that wants to bypass this friggin' glitch, or if you need to get some money before you can afford all the requirements for this glitch, then go ahead and try that survival glitch, or that Boneyard Survival Glitch. You can either... I don't know what the hell the Boneyard Survival Glitch is. I think it might just be one where you set it to a bunch of rounds or whatever, but... if that is a Rockstar create, I mean, if it's a player created job, you may have to go to the Rockstar social network, download it, or just, you know, have somebody who's done it go ahead and send you an invite, and then save it, and you can go ahead and do that to make some cash. So here we go. I don't know how many more attempts I'm going to do, because my patience is really thin. Like I said, I tried this yesterday for about 3 hours straight after I finished that live stream, just to test it out before I did a live stream on it. And either I was fucking up, or because the video I watched didn't specifically say, you know, what heist you needed to start up, or what garage it needed to be in. You know, that kind of led to the issue with me, Country Pride, and Rescue Me. Basically trying it for 3 hours. I literally tried it myself at least 20 to 25 times with no success last night. And the only person that was able to get it was Rescue Me. He was able to do it one time, and then he wasn't able to do it again until... I guess the new workaround by King Alex HD came out today, where you don't need to be in the facility and start it up that way. But hopefully, like I said, I have this other workaround if you don't have the Pacific Standard job set up, or you don't have a friend that can send you an invite to it. So here we go. Hopefully 50,000th time is a charm. Hopefully this will work perfectly. I've already been able to do it twice. I've already done it 2 other times while I was testing before I started up this stream, and you saw when I started up the stream, I actually duped the car after I joined somebody else's Doomsday Heist again. I bypassed the Pacific Standard, I joined them, went in their lobby, I ended up appearing back on the map outside their facility with my car, and then I tried to drive it in the MOC because it worked earlier for me instead of driving all the way back to my CEO garage. And the second time it just disappeared. But the first time I was able to bring it to my MOC, drove it in, I drove it back out, drove it back in just to save it, and then I drove it out and was able to sell it. Because you see, earlier today, when I first started the stream, after I duped the cars in my garage, I ended up having some problems with the, I was waiting forever for Lester to send me the message to continue, because once you do first start up in a lobby, it takes somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes for him to send you that invite. So I was tired of waiting. I tried doing Titan of a job. I tried doing all that crap to get the car glitched out of my garage and on the street, and that wasn't working. So that's when I decided, let me just go ahead and join that Doomsday Heist again. And then, like I said, I joined it, backed out. I was outside the facility, and that's where this live stream picked up from. I got in the car, tried to bring it to the Los Santos Customs, and it said you couldn't modify it, and then I just drove it into the back of my MOC, and then it disappeared. So here we go. We're going to try this again. I'm pretty sure this isn't patched, because if it was patched, it shouldn't affect me, because I have not turned my GTA, my Xbox off, so I haven't gotten any new updates. So if for some reason it was patched, like say right now there's a patch, because my GTA is on, I do not have that new update that it's patched. So if I kept my game on for 50 days, I can keep doing this glitch, and obviously, getting frustrated that it doesn't work every single time. But as soon as you turn your GTA off, if there is a patch update, once you turn your Xbox or PS back on, that's when that update will take place, and then you won't be able to do this glitch anymore. It actually will be patched for you. So there are some people out there that don't turn their PlayStation off or their GTA off once they find one of these glitches, and they can do it for days and days after it's actually been patched, because they have their game or their system has been on the whole time. So to be honest with you, ever since I have this car parked in this slot, not to say that that matters, it hasn't worked for me again. I'm going to keep trying, and if that's the case, then I might go ahead and put another freaking LG RH8 there. So let's try this again. Doomsday Heist, alone. And hopefully we get that populating lobby message, and hopefully I'm quick enough where I can go ahead and just select Doomsday again, just to basically cancel. You son of a bitch, man. I swear. So let's go back out. It's going to put me out his facility again. I'm going to have to take the trip back. Unless maybe because I restarted my GTA. I mean, although the timing of that would be kind of quick, where I just did it twice. And I did it twice before, and then I restarted GTA, and then that split moment, maybe when I restart the GTA, that's what causes the update to come in. But I thought it was restarting your Xbox. So, let's see here. I should still be in an invite only. Alright, let me see if I have a message from Lester to continue. No, I don't. I was going to say, I'll just do that and spawn back at my friggin' my heist room, and then go ahead and do it from there. So, you'll see, I actually kind of fucked myself by taking a second or two once, the last time it actually worked, where it said populating lobby. If you saw, I delayed for a split second. Instead of clicking on the Doomsday Heist quick job, once you do that, basically, it'll cancel out that request where it's loading that job. So I fucked myself, and I should have hit that button immediately, but I actually waited a split second, and because I didn't hit the button to go into that quick job again, that's what actually kind of screwed me. So I guess, you know what, I'm going to try this a couple more times, because now I'm getting pissed. Pretty sure it still works. And I just want to go ahead and get it to work at least a couple more times. Or, if I keep trying and it doesn't work, then maybe it is patched for me. Or maybe it's just, this Maze Bank facility is just too sporadic in how much it works, or how many times it works. So, let's try this again. I apologize for anybody out there. This isn't my glitch. I didn't come up with it. All I can tell you is I was struggling myself. So I figured I wanted to do a live stream instead of doing a nice edited video that makes it look like it's a fucking walk in the park, and then getting a bunch of messages from people saying, hey, it's not working, I keep getting timed out, or I can't get the friggin' Doomsday quick job to work for me. It keeps taking me in, and I'm in the clouds and sitting there for half an hour waiting for that loading screen to disappear. So just to let you know, if you're having problems, it's not just you. Fuck this, I'm not flying all the way back. So since I got that message from Lester, I'm just going to go ahead and spawn in my Del Piero apartment, which is my heist room. I'm going to back out, run across the street, and then try this again. Oh my god. I tell you, shit like this is going to give me gray hairs. It's lucky I'm right here. This kind of made it a little quicker for me. I just run across the street to my CEO office.
Where are you?
And I honestly don't think it's patched, to be honest with you. I just think that, like I said, I kind of fucked it up. After I did that last dupe, I had that little tone that said it was about to start populating the lobby. I brought up my phone. I went over to the Doomsday Heist quick job. And then I don't know why I delayed for a second and kind of screwed myself up. You know what? Just in case. Let me see if I have another one of these. Let me go ahead and throw this one. Let me just replace it with this one. Alright. Let's see if that would give me some good luck. Alright. So, unfortunately, we're going to try this again, and hopefully we get some luck this time. Haha, it didn't even give me a chance. That tone was actually telling me that, you know, it started to populate the lobby. I didn't have enough time to even bring up my phone. Usually you get enough time, but maybe it's because, yeah, there's already 4 fucking people in here. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to keep fucking these people up. I feel bad because obviously people keep joining and leaving. That was the problem yesterday. Every time I kept trying to join this, I noticed if there are people that are actively looking for people for that Doomsday Heist, more times than not, it's going to take you right to that session. And obviously you have no way to really confirm that without actually trying to start it up. So that's the thing that kind of sucks about it, is you really don't know if somebody's actually trying to start that job up. But if somebody is starting that job up and if you're the 4th person, it's going to take you immediately. But if there's only 1 or 2 people in that lobby, that's where it'll say populating lobby, 1 of 4, 2 of 4. The problem is right now, somebody else is trying to do their job. What the hell facility is this? Okay. So let's see if I have the Lester. Yep. There we go. So we'll go ahead and transport back. Try this again. Maybe I'll wait a little bit of time so that these guys can get their heist going without me interrupting. One thing I recommend too is also try to turn your matchmaking off. I don't know if that necessarily is gonna, you know, really affect things, and you can do that by simply going into settings. And where is it? I wonder if it's when you're online. I mean, if you're off, you're on story mode. Is it? Oh no, maybe. Let's see. I forgot what settings one it's in. I think it's in options here. Yeah. So online options, and then you'll see where it says matchmaking. I always keep my matchmaking set to closed. Sometimes that does help not joining other players, but sometimes I guess it doesn't. One other thing I think I'm going to switch up to, if this continues to not work, it's either because somebody else is trying to start up that heist and I end up being the 4th person to join them. If that's the case, then I may possibly go to my gamer card and select offline. Maybe that'll help me not be able to join them. So I think the problem is right now that somebody else is trying to do that heist, and I end up, you know, being the 4th person in. So that's why when I get that when it says searching for job, it's not really giving me the option where it says populating lobby 1 of 4, 2 of 4. it's just automatically taking me in, because if you see the past couple times, I've been the 4th person to join in. So it doesn't have to search for other people or wait for other people to join. It's just automatically taking me there. So I apologize to whoever's starting that damn heist. Me and Rescue Me were trying this at the same time yesterday, and we both kept screwing up somebody else's heist, because we would join in and then back out, and then Rescue Me would be at a point a couple minutes later. He would try to do it. So I apologize to whoever that was yesterday, seeing Rescue Me and Pop-Eyed Goose keep joining and leaving. We weren't trying to fucking troll you. It's just we're trying to do our own thing, and the timing of you starting up that job is what kind of screwed us. So I wish I could see if there was an active, if somebody was actually looking for, you know, players for the Doomsday Heist. I just hope I don't go back into that same guy's lobby, man. I went back into some guy's lobby like 10 times yesterday. Alright, hopefully it's not that same guy. Hopefully somebody is just starting it up and they're the only person in the lobby. But if it takes me in, you'll notice it'll probably be because I'm the 4th person to join. If it actually gives me the option where it says populating lobby and it gives me a second or two, it's because there's only 1 or 2 people in that lobby. And you got to be quick, because like I said, sometimes it happens after 10 seconds, sometimes it happens after a minute or 2 before it says populating lobby. But if it takes you right there, it's most likely because you are the 4th person, the 4th person trying to join, and it automatically starts it up. Let's go, GTA guys. Be nice to Goose. Or anybody else having this problem. Alright. So you heard that tone. What it looked like was, if I waited a second or two, it probably would have said populating lobby 1 of 4, or 2 of 4, or maybe even 3 of 4. As long as you are not the 4th person that is going to join that job, you won't automatically get sucked into the clouds. Okay. So fingers crossed, this should still be working. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it the original way with the Pacific Standard job, because I already have that invite from Lester to continue. If for some reason that doesn't work, then I'm just going to go ahead and do the other way for people that don't have the availability to join the Pacific Standard. And after I dupe the cars, and you see 2 cars in here, I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing and actually let myself load into somebody's Doomsday job. And then once I get into the lobby, I'm going to back out, and I should spawn at their facility, and my car should be right there. So here we go. Getting off the damn bike. Next step, I'm going to go back into Garage 2, which is where I'm doing this dupe from. Now I'm going to get into the elegy that I want to customize. Or, I'm sorry, the elegy that I'm going to go ahead and dupe. I just need to bring it into the mechanic shop. And then modify it. And again, you only need to change one thing. Whether it's the roof, the friggin... change the color of the plate, change the headlights, change, you know, fucking tire smoke, whatever it is. You just have to at least change one thing. And then you follow the steps that I show to get this car actually duped in your garage. So I'm going to go ahead right now, and just to show you, you don't have to do plate. Because sometimes, like maybe on, I don't know, if you have a vehicle that doesn't have a plate, I'm just going to go ahead and change the headlights back to the original ones. Okay, I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to go to exit vehicle. And then again, this is the part where you need a little bit of timing. Now, on Xbox, you're going to hit the Y button, obviously, to get in the car. If it's on PlayStation, you're going to hit the triangle button. And as soon as I hit it, I spam right on the control pad, and I'll spam the A button on Xbox, or you would spam right on the control pad and X on PlayStation. And I keep spamming them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I will not stop until you're back in the car, and you hear that little tone. It goes, bink, and then it drives you right. Basically, what you're doing is you're accepting to drive out of the garage. So here we go. Y, spamming them back and forth. I won't stop until See right there, it gives you that little tone and it takes you back into your garage. Now, if this is the second time, say you already duped the car and you come back in to do it again, you'll notice no matter how many freaking times you spam, or at least myself, what'll happen is it'll just it'll take me into the customization menu to change, you know, parts on the car. If that happens, you can keep doing it until you're blue in the face. It's not going to work. So here we are right now. I've successfully done this. So now you have a couple options. If you have the Pacific Standard and you already have Lester's his continuation message, you go ahead and join that and follow those steps, which I'm going to do right now, since I still have it up. Or you could simply just go ahead back to your phone, Quick Jobs, Doomsday Heist, and let yourself load into that session. And then once you load in there, be quick to back out so the person doesn't start up the job. And then what'll happen is you'll be at their facility and your car should be spawned outside, and you may have a longer drive to get that car into your garage. So I'm going to do the original way here. If I still have that invite from Lester, okay, and make sure it is not the Doomsday Heist continuation. It is your continuation for Pacific Standard. It wasn't working with me with the Fleecer job or the prison job or any of those jobs. Now, again, if you don't have this option, say you don't have a heist room, you can either wait, it might be a while, for somebody else to send you some random invite to any of the Pacific Standard setups or the heist, or you could have a friend that you're talking to right now saying, hey, can you go ahead and send me an invite to your Pacific Standard heist or setups, and then you would just join them, and then you would back out, and then you should be all set with the car on the ground. Although if that doesn't work, you just come back in your garage. As long as these two cars are still fucked up and glitched like this, then you could go ahead and try to bring up your phone and try to do that Quick Job, Doomsday Heist, load into the session, and then back out, and you should appear at the facility with your car. So I've noticed I've had more luck actually just bypassing this Pacific Standard BS and just going to the Quick Jobs. And I'm just trying to show you people, because obviously a lot of the videos are only telling you Pacific Standard, but I found this other way today just from messing around and troubleshooting, where you can go ahead and, you know, go back in your garage as long as the two cars are stacked up, if this isn't working for you, and just join that Doomsday Heist again and load into the lobby and then leave, and your car should be outside the facility. Every time I've done that, it has worked. So we're going to exit. Most likely with my luck, you're going to see my car icon inside my CEO garage still. Only one time when I've done this has the car been parked on the street in front of my apartment, and you'll see right there it's fucked again. So I don't know if it's just me. I do a lot of glitching between outfits and cars and all kinds of shit. Glitching out people from sessions, you know, to get a solo public lobby to help people sell some stuff. So I don't know if I glitch too much, and it's basically just paying me back. So what should have happened was the car should have been on the street. But obviously you see that car is not on the street. That car is still inside my garage. And sometimes when it's glitched out, you can actually look inside your garage. Okay, maybe that was because I had Rescue Me in earlier. If somebody has the same garage here, you can look in and you can actually see your car sitting there, where normally you can't see any cars when you look through the grate here. So let's go ahead and do this, hopefully the fail-safe way. Go back into garage 2. My car should still be all glitched out and fucked up in here. If they're not, then I'm kind of screwed, and I would have to repeat these steps again. But they should still be either stacked on top of each other or side by side. Well, you should know that you can only hold 6 cars on the first level. And you see right now those 2 cars are humping. They look like 2 turtles getting it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to try doing fucking Pacific Standard again. I'm not going to mess with that bullshit. This is the way that I prefer to do it. And this is, I guess, my workaround. I have not seen anybody else do this. Everybody else has been saying join Pacific Standard, blah, blah, blah. But I feel this is the best way to do it. It does take a little bit longer for you to get to your garage to save the vehicle. But I'm just going to go ahead and Doomsday Heist alone and join. Usually this time it will not take you to the clouds and give you the network error. That's usually only on the first step when you're trying to actually glitch yourself out. So right now I'm going to go in. It should take me to somebody else's job. And then I'm just going to back out before they get a chance to start it. And maybe I just put my foot in my mouth. Maybe it's going to pop up and say network error. I really hope it doesn't, because then that means I'm going to be on this loading screen forever. So I think I just did put my foot in my mouth by saying that it works every single time this way. I guess it looks like it's too long now. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it loads me in. And hopefully it doesn't say network error, because Basically, I'm right at the spot where I'm about to get that car duped and actually be able to save it. But no, I have a feeling it's not going to take me to the lobby. So again, no matter which way you do it, I guess this thing's kind of fucked up. Oh, I would love it for it to take me into somebody's lobby right now. So yeah, what a difference it makes during doing this live or making a nice edited video to make it look like it's a piece of cake. I'm actually curious if those guys who make those videos, you know, great job to those guys for finding the glitches, but I highly doubt that they're able to do this every single time without these problems. You know, some people do say it takes you into the clouds when you try to join the job on the very first step when you're trying to glitch yourself out, but I don't hear any of them saying all this other bullshit. So there's a big difference between the live stream version or recorded version, because you can edit whatever you want to make it look like whatever you want. But I highly doubt that they do not have problems. But they seem to conveniently make it seem like it's the easiest thing in the world. So yeah, I just kind of screwed myself there. So that car, even though I have it duped, it's not going to save. It's going to end up, you know, basically deleting when I have to restart my game, or if I go offline and back online and load up story mode and come back. So that's bullshit. I had pretty high hopes for that right there. The fact that, you know, it's worked every single time for me when I've gone back in when the cars were duped inside the garage and joined somebody else's Doomsday Heist and let it go. But for all I know, maybe I was trying to join it and maybe the guy ended up canceling at the same time because he's been having people join and leave, or maybe I don't know what happened. So that could be the reason why this time it's not working. But this is the first time when I've actually tried to do it this way that it has not worked for me. Usually it's always taken me right into the lobby for their job, and then I've been able to back out, and then I'm outside the facility with the car. Oh man, so let me pop in the chat again and see if there's anybody bitching me out for taking forever to let me see. Alright, let's see here. So alright, let me just read these here. Okay, so Dylan was the last one saying it's if you turn off your Xbox. Yeah, that's what I pretty much thought. Trust me, I reset before and it still works. I just can't find my car. Ha ha ha. Okay. I've got the maze bank as well. Okay, so you're probably having some issues as well as my like I'm having. Dylan Rescue Me said, I have better luck starting a Doomsday Heist from my CEO office. So I actually did hear that as well. Doomsday Rescue Me was saying that it might be easier to actually go inside your office to start up that that first part of the job where you're trying to get into somebody's Doomsday Heist, and then hopefully waiting for it to pop up and say populating. And then, you know, so I'm going to go ahead and try that. Let's see. Colby Orton, bro, I'm in the mall. Okay. Have fun. Hope you getting some good stuff. Spending your parents' money. We have Danny Tudge says, smells like fish in here. He also posted another comment that is held for review. I am not going to go ahead and show that one. We have Dylan Betancourt says, can you please answer my question? What is your question, Dylan? I don't see a question. Your question was if it's patched. Oh, okay. What happens if you do it, but you can't find your car? Alright, so you roll into a plane and you can't... Oh, I'm sorry. I need to back up a little bit. The weather is terrible. If you guys need money, IBM owner says you roll into the plane and you can't die while you're in there. Okay, I guess he's talking about that that boneyard survival glitch. And then Dylan says, what happens if you do it, but you can't find your car? Alright, so Dylan, are you still having your car icon appear inside your CEO office? Does it still show that icon? Because if it does, what I would recommend you doing is going back into your CEO garage. Like you said, you have the maze bank. And as long as those two cars are stacked like that, just try to do the steps I'm doing, and hopefully you have better luck. I mean, I've done it at least I think 4 times now where it's worked, and then just this last time was the very last time that it didn't actually take me into somebody's lobby. So what I would recommend is doing the step that I just did, which was, if your car is still showing that it's inside your garage and you see the little icon for your car, and you go back into your garage and both cars are actually stacked on top of each other or side by side, try to just go ahead and bring your phone up, do the quick job, and then hopefully it brings you into somebody's lobby, and then you just back out quickly, and then you should appear at their facility, and your car should appear outside. So hopefully that answers the question that you were asking. Unless you did what I'm saying, or you've tried your steps, and then you can't find that car icon anywhere. If it's not appearing anywhere on the map, then, you know, look in the general area to see if it's around. But if everything works when you do the Pacific Standard glitch, or if you do what I said and you go back to your phone and load up the quick Doomsday job, and you spawn at the facility of whoever started it, you know, and you can't see an icon for the car, then maybe the car just disappeared. Because when the car appears back on the street, it should have the tracker on it. So you should be able to find the car icon on the map. If it's not appearing in your garage, as if it's still kind of fucking glitched out in there, then I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I could say is maybe try going back in the garage, and if they're both still stacked on top of each other or right next to each other, then you could go ahead and try, like I said, by bringing your phone up, doing that, go to Quick Jobs, Doomsday Heist, and let yourself load into somebody else's lobby, and then back out, and then hopefully you will spawn at that facility of the person who was the host, and your car is outside. If you do all those things and the car is still nowhere to be found, I'm afraid that somehow it kind of fucked up, and then you're going to have to repeat the steps again. And I tell you, man, I'm pissed as hell because that seemed like everything was going to work fine right there, and it just didn't take me into that Doomsday job that I was trying to get into. So, again, about 90% of it was working. I mean, I literally only had one more step. All I had to do was get into that lobby, back out, and then the car would have been sitting there outside the facility. But I guess that's the trials and tribulations of fucking Pop-Eyed Goose. Sometimes GTA cooperates, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, this glitch is not the most reliable as far as working every time. I mean, to be honest with you though, I've already done 2 during this stream, and that's roughly about 1.8 million. So even though, yeah, I've wasted my time here, it's still 1.8 million. Like I said, if you're patient enough to keep doing this, and normally I have the patience of a saint, sometimes I don't. And today, I still am pretty patient, although I'm getting a little fucking irritated. It's only because I did this for fucking 3 hours last night doing it the wrong way, because the video I watched did not explain enough about what needed to be done. So, I'm not going to mention any names again, but whoever you were kind of fucking wasted 3 hours of my life yesterday because I kept trying it with any random heist and not the Pacific Standard, and I was doing it with Garage 1 and not Garage 2 or 3 like everybody else who I guess, I don't know, has been saying. So this time I'm going to take Rescue Me's advice. I'm going to go ahead and start everything up from inside my office near the elevators, and then I'm going to come down once I can kind of glitch myself out. So here we go. I'm going to actually do it from up here as soon as my girl towels herself off. For all you little kids out there, I might have to put a little a sensor bar there. I don't want you guys getting the wrong idea checking out my character in the shower. You know, she is wearing a bra. So hopefully you guys aren't getting too riled up over there. So here we go. Let's see if this works better. If it doesn't, I'm not going to go ahead and blast Rescue Me. I appreciate the option of trying to do this in here. But again, this one is not 100% working perfectly every single time. And again, if somebody else is already trying to do that heist, and I would be the 4th person to join that lobby, it's going to take me automatically, no matter what, to their session. Okay, so you saw right there, I didn't even bother looking to see what number it was. It was, I think it might have been 1 of 4, so maybe somebody is trying to do the Doomsday heist, and it's just by themselves in the lobby. So, like I said, if for some reason you keep having problems and you keep getting into their job and it's not giving you the option where it's saying populating lobby, you'll notice, I would say probably 100% of the time, it's because you are the fourth person to join them. That's why you're not getting any time to bring up your phone and go ahead and basically bring up that Doomsday quick job again to cancel it out. So here we go. I don't know what else I can cross. I tried my fingers, tried everything, so hopefully you guys got some fingers crossed for me as well. So let's go ahead and see here. Get on my oppressor. I'm going to drive it outside. I'm going to get off it. And you'll see right there, you know you glitched out because there is not an icon for that oppressor. I think if I try to get back on it, it won't allow me to. And also, my style option is not available. If you have those two things, you know so far everything's working perfectly. So I'm going to go back in here after I... excuse myself. It's the US, you can't walk around and drink. That's a great thing here too for you people out there. I took for granted when I was in, I came out to Germany for the first time, well, to Europe for the first time in 2008. I was playing for a team on the border of, you know, Western Germany and Eastern France. And I remember one of the first weekends we were going out, and I'm sitting there and I had a couple beers. I had a bottle of vodka that was mixed with some juice or something, and my friend's like, oh, we got to go to the club. We got to go catch a train. I'm like, all right. I started chugging the whole fucking bottle of whiskey or vodka, whatever it was. My friends were looking at me like I'm a nut. They're like, what the hell are you doing, dude? You can just take that with you on the train or the bus. I'm like, what? In the U.S., you walk around with an open container. You know, your ass can get arrested for that. You get a fine. But things are a little bit more laid back, so that was an eye-opener for me when I did it for the first time. After that, I was always drinking on the ways to the club. Whether we were just walking down the street, jumping in a bus or a train. Nobody gave a damn. I'll tell you, that kind of freedom is a little bit nice. I love the U.S., but I also like some freedoms out here in Europe to kind of do things a little bit differently. I'm not saying their way is the right way for everything, but I kind of enjoy just being able to kind of do my own thing without people fucking with me over some bullshit. Now, I can see if you're obviously stumbling and falling into traffic, then yeah, your ass needs to get a grip and somebody needs to do something before you kill yourself or somebody else. But, I mean, fuck. If it's you say you're walking down the street and you got one beer on a nice day, I mean, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want. It's just a fucking too much control there by the fucking cops and the government. But enough about that. Let's get into this shit right here. So I changed my plate. Hopefully I don't have to break a controller today because I'm almost at that point where I think I might be getting a little pissed off. So let me back out here. Exit vehicle. So far everything's going pretty decent. Now, again, I'm going to go ahead and enter back into the car. I'm going to spam the hell out of the right on the control pad. And since I'm on Xbox, A. If it was PlayStation, right on the control pad, and X. So here we go. Y. Spam. And I'm not going to stop. And what the fuck, dude? Alright, so something just happened there. Nah. What the hell happened, man? I think I fucked up. I was spamming the hell. I didn't hit up on my controller, man. I was just spamming right on the control pad and fucking A. And then somehow it took me to this. I didn't join this. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Maybe spamming so hard I did hit up. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I tell you, man. That should have been smooth. I'm pretty sure I was spamming directly right and A. Unless somebody sent me an invite and it didn't have enough time to actually pop up on the screen saying your party started a job because I was spamming. Maybe that, yeah, you son of a bitch. Alright. So you saw my car just appeared on the map and just disappeared. So sometimes your car can actually save right there. But, yeah, you saw that, how it just disappeared. So I'm going to have to go ahead and do this again. So I don't know if somebody did send me an invite. Just in case. Another trick here, if you want to avoid that crap. Okay, now I'm offline. Now nobody can send me any invites that kind of screw with you. Because it looked like somebody sent me an invite. Or, I don't know. Maybe I did hit up on the controller and selected that job first. I don't know, man. But I kind of just fucked it up. And I don't have a Lester invite. Son of a bitch, man. So I was pretty confident about that time right there until my fat finger hit the wrong fucking button. Maybe I was spamming way too hard. So yeah, make sure you're hitting directly right on the control pad. Maybe it's because I'm a little anxious since it hasn't worked the past couple times. I might have been spamming like a fucking madman. A little too much. I tried to get out of it though. Normally you can go ahead and bring the phone up and go ahead and select whether it's a race, Doomsday, and just select it and then back out, and then it'll cancel that that request to join a job. But you saw that time. Message from Microwave Fish. He's gonna tell me, dude, I ain't ever gonna do this glitch. Too much of a fucking hassle. I almost don't even want to open up his message to see. Sometimes Microwave Fish is not PG rated, and actually I kind of love that about him. So. Oh man, let's go ahead, let's make our trek back. Either that or Fish is going to bitch me out for not showing that message that was held for review. You know what, screw that, I'm not going to accept that damn Leicester job right now. I'm just going to fly my ass back there. Try and do this from step 1. And I'm going to try it again. I'm going to start everything up from inside my CEO office. Not inside my garage. Although, if I started up in my CEO office and the job that I'm trying to join is already basically with 3 people in the lobby, I don't think it matters no matter where you started up. If you are the 4th person to join, it's gonna automatically take you no matter what to that job. Oh, I'm curious to see what Fish said. You know what? Fuck it. Wouldn't be the first time I had some... Son of a bitch. Oh, man. I knew it. I knew it. Microwave Fish always livens things up. I won't repeat what he said, but you can... You can go ahead and repeat that. And just so you know, no, I've never met Microwave Fish in person. He's in the UK, so there's never been a situation where what he just said has actually happened. Oh, man, Fish, man. I tell you, man, you make me fucking laugh, dude. Alright, let me stop. I'm fucking tearing up over here. Hold on, let me concentrate so I don't fuck this up again. Alright, and hopefully my daughter's not watching this stream like she tends to do sometimes. Alma, just cover your ears. Don't pay attention to what's going on, or turn this off immediately if you are. Alright, so here we go, alone. Hopefully nobody's already in that lobby with 3 people in there. Yes, I want to start it alone.
I'll do anything as long as it's legal-ish.
Ah, man, watch. I'm probably going to be number 4. Or it also could come back saying, you know, fucking network error. So yeah, you see, if you're going to do this, don't expect to make 20 million. You know, unless it goes perfectly for you or you have that Arcadia CEO office building. But this is going to say fucking connection error. Basically, fuck you is what Rockstar's saying to you. So I'll wait a second. OPG, Butter Ninja. Let's see what this guy says. Maybe he's got a tip for me, or maybe he's got some more comments like Fish. Nah. I don't even want to go any more off that one. I would only say, though, if you got something that looks like cream cheese on that area down there, I'd definitely suggest you go down to the fucking doctor immediately and get that checked out. Alright, so here we go. This is going to end up basically saying network error. So I'm not going to bother. Go ahead and restart GTA again. My fault. So I've never done a live stream before where I've only been able to be on this long and only dupe 2 cars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this up. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I go to story mode. I'm going to let it load in. I'll be right back in about a minute or so. If you hear anything breaking in the background, just, you know, disregard that. I'm not raging or anything. Oh, now I got my friends call me. What does he want? Alright, so, like I said, just let me get into story mode, and then I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm going to go break some shit up. I'm going to close the door so nobody hears it, let out my aggression, and then I'll be back with a nice positive attitude. No, I'm kidding. I just got to use the bathroom real quick. I'm not going to go break shit. I ain't going to break shit over a game. I could give two fucks, to be honest with you. I got $20 million, so I really don't need to do this, to be honest with you. This is just... I mean, I could wait for something easier. After doing this for so many times, I can already tell you this is fucking too much of a pain in the ass for me. I'm just trying to do it because I know a lot of people can't afford Avengers and can't afford facilities, and I've had people that I've been trying to help out, and they're trying to struggle to get that last million that they need to buy whatever to be able to do those dupes, or people that I've promised, you know, I would help them out doing the Doomsday Heist 2 act. And I had a couple people online that didn't have money to do dupes at the facility because they didn't have the Avenger. And Rockstar fucked me, kind of like they're doing right now. So it ended up resetting that. And I'm still in the process of trying to get my Doomsday 2 heist back up so I can go ahead and do it a couple times and get fucked again. But I'm trying to help you guys out as much as I can. So that's basically why I'm willing to keep doing this, is just to try to see if there's a way I can streamline this and make it easier and more reliable. But with that being said, I already loaded to story mode. Give me a second here. I'll be right back, guys.
Disgusting old hag.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, homie. Hey, let's grill up some burgers next week.
Nice.
No shit. What's up?
Grab my headset. Alright, so I just had a thought. You know, for that guy who keeps sending messages. I actually forgot what his name is. We're going to go ahead and read them. Why not? We could all have a laugh. If you're watching the stream, regardless if you like what you see or you don't, I still appreciate you coming to check it out. Whether you're trying to troll or whatever the fuck you're trying to do, really don't bother me. So here we go. Let me get back to online first, and then we'll go ahead and get that. Check on these messages real quick. So here we go. Invite only. Come on, this better work this time. So while we're loading in, let's check this out. Okay, I think he's trying to say lick my cream cheese off my booty. Just kidding. What do you need for this glitch? So, OP Butter Ninja, what you need for this glitch, first of all, is patience of a fucking saint. Because you see here, it is not working perfectly every single time. But just to go through the rundown real quick, what you need is a CEO office. First of all, you have to have at least 2 garages. You can't do this in garage 1. You need to do this in garage 2 or garage 3, although I have not tried it in garage 3. You need a Elegy or a Benny's vehicle or any car that you basically want to go ahead and duplicate. Obviously, if it's a car that you have bought, you're only going to be able to dupe it. Well, you could dupe it 50,000 times, but you can only sell the original copy that you bought. So that's why a lot of people say do it with only Benny's vehicles. But if you don't have money for a Benny's vehicle or you don't have one customized, you can do this with like a Tesseract. You know what? Maybe I should try that. Maybe I should go ahead just to show or see, because all the other dupes I do this dupe videos, I tell people the same thing. Like, you know, I rather dupe. Well, this one you can't dupe. When you're doing a facility glitch, I'd rather dupe a Deluxo. If I bought it, I can go ahead and dupe a copy to myself, or if it's a give cars to friends, you can get a Deluxo from your friend. And then you just basically go ahead and sell the original one that you bought. You can sell it for $2.8 million, and then you keep the one that your friend got you or the one that you duped to yourself. And you can either go ahead and keep if it's one you duped to yourself, obviously it's going to be customized the same as your original. But say it's a give cars to friends glitch and you want to make the most amount of money. If you bought an Elegy yourself, or you bought that Tesseract, or you bought an X80 Proto, or any of those expensive cars, you can just go ahead and have somebody either give you one, or you dupe it again to yourself. You sell your original one for a pretty good amount of money, and then you just keep the dupe copy. But to get into what you're saying, CEO office, you need to have either garage 2 or garage 3. They have to be full of cars. You need to have the car that you want to dupe inside. It has to have a custom plate on it. You also have to have either an oppressor or a Deluxo inside that same garage, and some free Elegies or Fagios, or basically any car that you want to dupe over, whether it's a street car or something that's inside. I prefer that you have a tracker on the car, or you have the insurance, so it'll definitely, you know, save to your slot in your garage. You have to have a mechanic workshop inside your CEO office. And let's see if I'm leaving anything out. You also either need to have the availability to do your Pacific Standard heist, so you have to have that message from Lester that says continue the heist, or if you don't have that, a friend that can send you that invite when it gets to that step, or some random invite like I had today. I was waiting for the Lester job to the Lester message, because once you load into a session, you'll see right here, it doesn't automatically pop up for 5 or 10 minutes. So I got lucky earlier, and somebody else sent me an invite to one of the Pacific Standard setups, and I just accepted it and backed out, and it worked. Or, like I said earlier, if you don't have any of those options, you can just go ahead and go back to your phone, and you can start up the Doomsday Heist through the quick jobs, and then just actually, you know, when it gets to that point when you've actually already duped your car and they're both inside your garage, then you can go ahead and join the lobby. Once you get into their lobby, you back out, and then once you back out, you'll end up at their facility, and your car will be outside. You're probably just going to have a longer drive to take that car back to your garage. So here we go. Excuse me, back again. And again, the only problem that you could have with this is on this first step, it either will take you into the clouds, and then you'll be basically on a permanent loading screen, and it'll say in the top left hand corner, network error. So basically, you know, you're fucked. You gotta either restart GTA or go into your Xbox or PS button, go to your options, turn off your internet, load back to story mode, turn the internet back on, and then try this step again. Or if it takes you into somebody's lobby, it's because you are the last person to join. So usually there's usually 4 slots. So if you happen to be the 4th person to join that lobby and it says you're loading in, you know, that explains why you don't have any time to bring your phone back up to cancel that request to do that quick job. So here we go. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure, for the fucking 100th time. So it's either going to take me to the clouds and screw me and say it disconnected. It could take me right to the session if I'm the last person to join that session. Like if I'm the 4th person. Now you see right there, it said 3 or 4. If I'm not mistaken, if my old eyes aren't deceiving me. Because it said 3 or 4, I was the 3rd person. Once 4 people go in there, it automatically tries to suck you in to load you in to start that job. So if you're the 2nd or 3rd person to join somebody else's job, you should have enough time to be able to hit your phone and then go ahead and you basically can do Doomsday. The reason why it's easier with that one when you're trying to actually cancel that request to join that job is because it's the very first one. But you technically could go and do a stunt race or any of those jobs in adversary mode and just hit the button once that you select it, and then by doing that and backing out, you'll notice on the bottom right hand screen or the bottom right hand corner of the screen, it'll basically eliminate that request to join that job. But the reason why when you do it the second time to get rid of that request is Doomsday is first, and sometimes you'll see right there, I think it said 3 or 4, and in a split second it could have sucked a 4th person in there, which means it would have basically sucked me in as well. Stop with the messages between, holy shit, who wants me that bad in real life? Leave me alone. My fault. I'm going to get back to the chat just in case. I think my girlfriend and daughter might be coming home soon, so hopefully I can go ahead and get this done pretty quickly. While I got some time, it's actually the first time I just mentioned this here. Oh shit, we got a lot of people that came in. My fault. So we have VYBZZ. I'm going to go ahead and show that message. My fault. He's got a channel. If you guys want some help, go ahead and check out his channel. He says, I can help you make money. Check out my channel and I'll help you out. We have VYBZZ says, I'm on PS4. So, hey, a fan, if you're still watching, check out VYBZZ's channel. Go ahead and send him a comment. He's on PlayStation 4. He's willing to help people out. So, you know, hopefully you guys can go ahead and take advantage of that. Oh my God. VYBZZ, I appreciate you coming in, offering to help some people on PlayStation 4, because unfortunately I can't. We have Elena. Oh. Kahadzi, I hope I pronounced that right. Sexy Like. We have Dylan Betancourt. Lester, don't message me anymore. I reset my heist. Why is that? Okay, so Dylan, I had the same problem. I was trying it with the Fleeca job, and it wasn't working. So I went in, I canceled the Fleeca job. I started up the Pacific Standard again at the, you know, the board in my heist room. Alright, my fault. I almost did the wrong step. And I kept trying to start it up, and it wasn't giving me the option saying it cost $100,000 to start this job. It just was automatically taking me into it. So first you want to make sure that when you go in there to start up the Pacific Standard that it says it costs $100,000 to start it up. Now, if that happens, that may be enough for him to give you the messages to start that. If not, what could happen is it might pop up saying that, I mean, it might not pop up at all. You might sit there and wait hours and hours and hours. So what I did, because I was having some problems where I wasn't getting that invite, is just go ahead and go back into your heist room and do go to the first setup of Pacific Standard. Even if you don't complete it, just make sure you get 4 people in with you, that you actually start the job. And then what I did is I just blew myself up as soon as the mission started. And then what happened is now, because I did that, it registers that that's my active heist. And then I get the messages from Lester more frequently. But it does take sometimes 5 to 10 minutes from the time that you actually load into a session before he'll send you that invite. Once you have the invite, you can keep reusing it over and over and over again. But that's what I would say. I would say make sure that you get that message that says, are you sure you want to start this heist? It's going to cost $100,000, because I did it like 3 or 4 times and it was just automatically sucking me back into the heist as if I was going to start up that setup job again. So first, make sure that it confirms that you have to pay $100,000 for it, because if you don't, you'll notice when you go back, if you back out of that menu or that lobby, you'll go back in there and the heist board will still be basically have the pieces of paper stuck onto it, but it won't actually have your heists listed, like which one that is active or which one you can join. So just make sure you get the confirmation that it costs $100,000 to start it up, and then I would recommend go ahead and at least start up that first setup, which can be a pain in the ass because you need 4 people. So go ahead and start it up, and then either complete it, or you can just go ahead and start it up. Once you get your feet on the ground on that mission, just go ahead and kill yourself, and that'll be enough for it to register that that's your actual active heist, and then he'll keep sending you those invites to replay it.
I've got that installed for you.
So here we go. No fat finger, spamming too many fucking buttons. Back out here. We're going to go to exit vehicle.
Be your best you.
Alright, so I'm going to hit the Y button Xbox, it would be triangle on PlayStation. I'm going to spam maybe a little less violently this time. Spamming right on the control pad and A. There we go. Okay. No fat finger that time. Like I said, I've just been so anxious. I was spamming the shit out of it because I wanted it to work. Oh, there we go. There's 2 cars. Alright, so at this point... I was going to say, I'm stuck in my car. So at this point, what you could do is if you have that invite from Lester to, you know, continue your Pacific Standard job. Let me just see if that clown's working right now or if he's still sleeping. Alright, see, the thing here is I don't have mine from Lester, but you see this right here? Oh, okay, it just disappeared. If somebody else were to randomly have an invite sent to you to start up the Pacific Standard heist or any of the setups, you can actually join them. And then same thing, once you get there, you back out and your car should appear on the street. If you don't have that option, and like I said, you don't have that message from Lester yet, you can either wait for Lester to send you the message and then accept it and go. I don't have too much success with the Lester BS and the Pacific Standard job. So I prefer, and I think I'm going to do it this time again. I'm going to go and try to, you know, load up through the phone again and see if I can spawn at somebody else's facility. I'm going to try it in here, although I may be smarter to go up to my office to try it. Or like I said, you could have a friend that's waiting, and at this point you could say, okay, go ahead and do me a favor and send me an invite to their Pacific Standard setup or heist. And then you would just, you know, accept it. Once you get into the lobby, you're just going to back out, and hopefully your car should spawn outside on the street. Oh, well, let me do this again. Let's see. Let's see if this works. I'm just going to skip all that crap, and let's pretend that I don't have the option to start Pacific Standard, or I don't have any friends that are able to send me an invite, or I'm not going to sit around and wait for a random invite. I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Go to Doomsday Heist, alone. Are you sure? Yes. And I'm going to let it load up, and hopefully it takes me to somebody else's lobby and not up into the clouds on a permanent loading screen. Alright, so 3 or 4. So hopefully this time it looks like it's going to take me to the lobby. You see how quick that was? It was 3 or 4. Normally that's enough. You know, that's good. You can go ahead and bring up your phone and stop it if it was the other step. But you see how quick. I was the 3rd person and then somebody else was the 4th person. So now I'm going to make sure I back out of this before it starts up. I do not want this to start up. So I apologize, Litof, whatever your name is. Apologize, I'm fucking you up, making you wait. I know that can be a hassle when you're trying to make some money. So hopefully if everything goes right, I shouldn't lag out. I should spawn at his facility with my car outside. And that's a way you can avoid doing the Pacific State. Stop with the goddamn messages, man. Why am I so important today? Leave me the frig alone. You see my car is up there. I'm at his facility. And my car is up in the on the road here. So this is my dupe copy. And again, you'll see when I bring it into my CEO garage that I still have all those other cars there. And again, to confirm, it always has the windows down, or there's no windows on the car if it's a dupe copy. And you'll see it still has my goose plate, so it's important that you have your own plate. Now, what I'm going to do, and this is probably stupid of me, well, I'm just going to confirm that you cannot go sell this car right now. You have to actually save this car first before you sell it. But then again, I could be wrong because the way things have been working, it's so sporadic. But I should not be able to modify this vehicle, it's going to say. And I don't really care about the car, to be honest with you, whether I get it or not. I just want to show you that there's a possibility of another option. This will be the 3rd time I've done it. First time it worked. Second time it just deleted the car when I drove it into the MOC. But what you could do to be safe is drive this car all the way back to your CEO office. But you see, my CEO office is all the way here, and I'm not taking that drive. Now, you might think that there's another way to go around this. You might think, oh, okay, I got that message from Lester that's saying invite to the heist, so I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. Don't do that, because what's going to happen is this car is not saved, so it is not going to save when you come back. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. This might be stupid, but I'm just assuring you right now, if you wanted to drive all the way back to your CEO office, what you would do is drive it into that same garage, which is garage 2, that's the one I'm using. It's going to say it's full, which confirms that this is a dupe copy and not the one that I actually had in that slot that I was using to dupe, if you understand what I'm saying. and then you just replace over an Elegy, a Faggio, or any car that you want to get rid of. Now, if you don't feel like taking that trip, you're basically playing Russian roulette with this, because like I said, I've done it twice. I've called my MOC. The first time, it worked perfect. See, I'm not going to accept that Leicester setup right there. You see how long it took for it to actually pop up? Because this car will disappear. Don't think that you're going to be able to go into your heist room and then back out, and then this car is going to appear on the street. Maybe it is, but I'm not even going to take that chance. I don't recommend you do it either, because I guarantee you are going to lose the car, because it is not saved. So I might even lose the car this way, but this is just another option, and it's up to you if you want to go ahead and, you know, take this chance here. But you know what? I'm almost nervous. I wonder if I get out of the car if I'm going to have a problem. Because last time it was in the same spot. And the time I did it before, it was an area where I could kind of get the animation to drive in. So you know what? Let's try it. If I get out of the car and it disappears, I guess it disappears. Now, let's see. Hopefully I don't get in the MOC and then it disappears. But I'm going to get in the MOC and I'm going to park it out a little bit further, so maybe I get that animation of being able to drive in. Because last time I did it, I kind of snuck it around the corner, and maybe that's why the thing disappeared, or maybe it's just the MOC save option is not 100% accurate. And, okay, there was a car in front of the MOC, that's why my blue light disappeared. So I should be able to get the icon. I'm going to try and drive it in straight, because last time I just kind of did it at an angle. And let's see. It's probably going to disappear because I should have a car already. Yeah, I should have already had a car already in there, so it should have asked me to what's it called, that the MOC was full. So I've done it 3 times with the MOC. The first time it worked. These past 2 times it hasn't. So I would say do not use the MOC. Take the drive all the way back. And for me, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I got 21 million. I got a bunch of elegies and sultans still from the sultan stack. So I'm not really concerned, but I'll go ahead and fail just to let you guys know that, you know, what your better options are. So I recommend take the car and bring it to your CEO office. You may be able to bring it to any kind of garage, but I don't really have any garages out in this area. And it's kind of random. You could say, okay, well, I could go ahead and just buy, you know, a cheap garage over here to save it. But the problem is, when you do the method that I did without doing the Pacific Standard, you have no clue where you're going to spawn, because it all depends on who the host is and what facility they have. So you might buy something out here, but it might spawn you all the way at Ron Wind Farms or some other location. So I would say the best thing for you to do is just take the car and drive it back to your CEO office and go ahead and save it that way. And especially with the fact that this isn't I mean, if this was working every single time perfectly, then okay, who cares if you wasted 2 minutes and you lost it in the MOC. But you saw how long it's taken between times where it's worked for me. So I would recommend, if you're going to put the time in and you actually get it to work, just take a couple more minutes and go back to your CEO office. So while we're flying back, I just want to let you guys know, I'm pretty close to 100. Yeah, 100. I wish I was at 100,000 subs. Jesus Christ. I'll die before that happens. But I'm close to 1,000 subs, and I've been talking about the past couple weeks. I got a giveaway coming up when I reach 1,000 subs. I'm going to be hosting a live stream, and I'm going to be giving away $100 worth of gift cards. It can be for Xbox, PlayStation, PC. If you end up winning and you don't want the gift cards, you can go ahead and take cash through PayPal. Or I can give you a, you know, Amazon gift card or an iTunes gift card. Basically, whatever you're going to get the most use out of. But I'm going to be giving away 2 $20 gift cards and 6 $10 gift cards during that stream. And there's going to be a bunch of different events. It's going to kind of be an interactive stream, instead of, like, a lot of times I'll give out gift cards and I'll say, okay, you know, whoever's the 50th, 50th comment in the chat from now is going to go ahead and win that gift card. Or I'll do some other stuff, but this time it's going to be a little bit more interactive. We're going to have some of my friends are going to help me out with the gameplay. They're going to join me in a lobby. I'm going to go ahead and, like, say, put a bounty on a certain player, and then I'm going to give you guys some time to guess which one of my friends or which one of the players participating is going to go ahead and collect that bounty. and then that'll be, you know, one gift card given out right there. I also will probably say, you know, you guys have to guess how long it takes before that bounty's killed, because maybe the guy is, you know, a pretty good player and able to kill some people, so maybe it's going to take 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So that'll be another way that you can win a gift card. And I've also kind of confirmed with Microwave Fish that I've kind of mentioned this a couple times. I kind of sound like a broken record. But after one of the playlist challenges that we did last year, you know, we were just kind of in a public lobby. There was like 7 of us in a public lobby. Fish was just fucking around. He ended up stealing a bus off the street, and he just randomly started riding around, picking up all of us friends, and you know, so, and then we got blown up. I think after he picked up 4 or 5 people in different spots, we ended up getting blown up. So I thought that would be a kind of a fun idea, because it was actually kind of crazy, just all jumping in the bus, dodging bullets, people chasing after us, Fish taking high-speed turns, fucking trying to avoid people. But we're going to do that. We're going to have some people scattered around in different locations. Fish is going to be the bus driver. And I'm going to ask you guys before it starts, you know, how many people do you think Fish is going to be able to pick up before we get blown up? And then same thing, how long do you think we're going to actually be able to drive before that bus gets blown up? Did I go too far here? Yeah. So that's another way that you guys are going to go ahead and win some gift cards during that event. I'm also going to try to get hopefully a minimum of 12 of my friends to join us. And what we're going to do is there's going to be another event where we're going to break off into like 4 CEO organizations with obviously 4 players in each. And each team is going to get an option to do, you know, I don't know what the number is, but let's just say each team gets to start 3 of their own missions, and we'll take turns. So say I'm on one team, my team gets to start up the mission first. I can do like executive search, piracy prevention, haulage, like any of those little in-game missions. And obviously the other 2 groups of organizations are going to try to kill us and end it. And what's going to happen is you guys are going to go ahead and vote on which CEO organization do you think is going to win. Meaning at the end, who's either going to complete the most missions, or which team is going to be the one to successfully, you know, end somebody else's mission. And there will be points given out for each one of those steps. And you guys will go ahead and guess, you know, which organization during that little series is going to be the champs. And then I'll give out a gift card for viewers during that. And then I'm also going to give out a gift card to the players that are participating with me. And we'll go ahead and make it interesting for everybody. You know, I think it'll be a pretty interesting live stream. As I've been saying, I think it's going to be the most interesting live stream out of all the ones I've had, because of the fact that it's going to be a lot more interactive than simply, you know, you guys guess a number between 1 and 50 and put it in the comments. And I've already taken a screenshot earlier to confirm what the number is, and you know, all that crap. That's always good too, and it gets the gift cards going quicker and quicker. But like I said, once I get to 1,000 subs, I think I got roughly about 50 more. Hopefully that happens within about a week to 10 days. So if you guys are watching the stream and you like what you see, or even if you don't like what you see and you want to just go ahead and participate in that
Anything you need, boss.
that giveaway coming up, you know, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can get up to 1,000 subs. And then I'll go ahead and hold that probably on the first Saturday after I reach 1,000 subs. So like, say for instance, if I hit 1,000 tomorrow, which I'm not gonna, but if I hit 1,000 subs tomorrow, then it'll be this Saturday coming up will be the event. And I'll try to make as many videos and post as much information so everybody can either participate with me in the lobby, or that you guys have it. My God, I'm gonna fucking throw my phone, not my damn controller. I'm getting more aggravated with my phone than I am with this glitch. And you know, I'll post a lot of information so you guys will have an idea of when that's going to happen. The reason why I'm going to do it, you know, the Saturday after I reach 1,000 is because I want to just make sure I have as many people, you know, have the option to go ahead and join us as possible. So like I said, it's just my little way of giving back to you guys. Like I said, you know, for you people that have been with me from the beginning, the guys who joined me along the middle, and anybody that just recently subscribed to my channel, you know, it's just kind of the way I am. I like to help out people that help me, and usually, you know, I try to let people know that I appreciate them, so I'm willing to do even more, you know, just to let you guys know that I really appreciate it. Like I said, I wish I could give out a $100 gift card every damn live stream, but unfortunately, you know, all this money's coming out of my pocket. I've spent over a couple $1,000s in, you know, the past, I'd say 6 months with a lot of different giveaways during live streams. I did a Christmas giveaway where I gave out, I think it was $100. I did a New Year's giveaway where I gave out $140 during a live stream. I did a playlist challenge championship, I think that ended last November, and that again, there was $150 given out during that stream. And for anybody that doesn't know, I mean, the people that participate, you know, there's no bullshit. It's not, you know, first you got to do this, and you got to, you know, subscribe to me on Twitter and follow me here and sign your life away there. It's basically you just show up, leave comments, and you can win a gift card. And I always end up giving out a digital gift code, and it's usually within a couple hours after the stream ends. So there's no jumping through hoops with me. I'm legit. You know, I can't stand people that promise the same shit, and then you look at their channel and it's like, oh, I'm giving away a PS4, and you see the video from 2017, and you see videos from 2018, and they're talking about the same shit. And especially be aware, if you see somebody that says, all you got to do to enter to win this is like this video, how the fuck can anybody tell who likes the video? That's a clear sign right there. If that's one of the requirements or the main requirement to enter a gift card giveaway or some kind of prize, don't even fucking bother. Because that's just a way for them to get more likes, more views, more comments on their fucking channel. So I'm not like that. It serves me no good right now. Whether I get 5 views or I get 1,000,000 views, I don't get paid a dime. Obviously, once I reach 1,000 subs, I'm going to have some advertisements in. But as I've been saying for the past 6 months, you know, with 1,000 subs, 2,000 subs, 3,000 subs, even 10,000, I'm not getting rich off this. I got a full-time job. I'm not looking to really make money off of YouTube. It's kind of just to help some people out, to get on with some of my friends, to fuck around. Sometimes I throw up some incentives for, you know, and make it more interesting so I can get more people in the lobby instead of just a couple, like 5 or 6 of my close friends. I try to do some things to get, you know, more interest, because obviously I have no problem paying $20, $50, $100 to make sure that I have, you know, 2 to 3 hours of fun with my friends, because I always have a good time in the chat. So it's just my way to show you guys that I appreciate you guys, and, you know, I'll shut up now. Let's go ahead and start this up again. So hopefully I am not going to be the last person to join and get screwed out of this. And hopefully it doesn't take me to the clouds. Hopefully I have enough time to bring up the phone and cancel this. Come on. 2 of 3. Damn it, go. Okay. You see that right there? I think it said 3 or 4 again. So you have to be quick, because it could change in an instant. It might say 3 or 4, but a second later, it might bring up that 4th person, and then it's always going to suck you into that job, and then you basically have to start over again. So here we are. I'm going to fucking check this phone. Who the hell wants to talk to me this bad? I mean, I don't even think anybody in real life likes me this much to want to fucking contact me this much. Holy shit. Leave me the fuck alone. It's Sunday. Spend it with your family. Go relax. Get off my ass. I'm sorry, I've been checking the comments again here. Let's see. I still have. Alright, Dylan Betancourt, your last thing was yes. I don't know if that was the answer. Maybe you were saying that your car was still appearing inside your garage. But like I said, if that's the case, just do those steps where I said once you have the cars duped in here and they're stacked or side by side, go ahead and, you know, just do what I did. Bring up that Doomsday Job again. Let the lobby load. Go to that. Go to the lobby. Back out, and you should appear at the facility of whoever started up with that vehicle, with your duped car outside. And then don't call your MOC. Don't take the chances. Just go ahead and drive it to your office. Oh shit! My chat just closed. Alright, so there's my other oppressor. So you see, sometimes it really glitches out. That one's still there from the last time. So I'm going to go back in, and I want to check the comments, man. I don't want you... Sometimes I take like 10 minutes, half an hour to get back to people that send stuff. I'm sorry, I just got kind of caught up with the gameplay here and trying to get this done and paying attention so I don't screw everything up again. So we'll go to live chat here again. Let me just catch up again. Okay, so well, a while ago, Danny Tudge says can't drink in this country on street. Yeah, that sucks. So maybe it is. I know in Germany you can do it. In Denmark you can do it. Danny Tudge says rescue me, I love you. Go to the office after you dupe. Yeah, you could do that as well to start it up. Although yesterday, Rescue Me, that's the way it said to do it yesterday, to go to your office and then go back to ground. But this one, it's been kind of saying some different things. It says that you can just start up the Pacific Standard right from inside your car inside here. So we'll see what happens. But I will go to my office and try that this time. So we have Lifestyle Command says, are you on Xbox? Yes, I am. Danny Tudge, ha 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 ha. Danny Tudge sitting here crying. I don't know what you're laughing about. Maybe my struggles. What do you need for this glitch? We also have Death Gun Live just popped in. Lifestyle Command, I'll go over the requirements in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and try to get through these steps here and also read through some more comments. We had Death Gun Live, who's no stranger to the channel. He's got his own YouTube channel. He does a lot of these same types of things with duplication glitches, give cars to friends, helping people out. So go ahead and check out Death Gun Live. He's also got some other GTA videos and stuff on there. He's a great guy. He's a big supporter of the channel. Also a good friend. Helps me out a lot. He's appeared in a lot of my duplication glitch videos. So go ahead and give him a shot. Go ahead and give him a shot. Go check out what he's got. I guarantee you'll probably be satisfied. He likes to help people out as well as I do. So let's go ahead and see if we can show Death Gun some love. All right. So I'm trying. Yeah, my fault, man. I'm trying to look at the chat. Try to do this. Alright, so we have Lifestyle Command, me, what's up, Goose, Xavier Smith, Spirit Chipaway, what's up, guys? So I will get back to you, Lifestyle Command, with the requirements after I'm successfully able to do this one. So again, I just changed an item on the car. Now I'm going to go ahead and get back in the car, and as soon as I hit the button to get back in, which would be Y on Xbox, I'm going to go ahead and spam right on the control pad, but not violently, so you don't end up bringing up your phone and joining, you know, another job through the phone. And so I'm going to hit right on the control pad, and I'm going to be spamming A until I can actually see that it registered that it's going to be taking my car back into the garage. So here we go. So you see right there, don't stop until you actually hear that little tink that it's taking you, because what you're doing is by hitting the A button, I'm sorry, yeah, the A button, it's actually taking you inside the back into the garage. Okay, so here we are right now, the two cars. Yay. I'm not so excited because I've seen this a million times today. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to follow Rescue Me's advice. I'm going to go ahead, I got my two cars there. I'm going to go ahead back up to my office. Oh, and I don't know if I want to this time. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give Lester a shot. I'm going to go ahead, for you guys out there that want to do it with the Pacific Standard, if I have an invite from Lester to continue, I'm going to go ahead and accept it. If I don't, I'm just going to go ahead and join that Doomsday Heist again through my interactive menu. I mean, through my phone. Okay, so remember, I do not want to start up the Doomsday Heist from Lester, so I don't want to continue that one. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a shot, although I'm not having much success with it. So again, I have a Doomsday, I mean, fuck, I'm confusing everybody and myself here. So I have the Pacific Standard set up, okay? He's sending me a continue message, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to go into my heist room, and I'm just going to back out. And the way it should work is it should have my car on the street when I exit that heist room. If it doesn't, which I'm probably thinking it's not, because it hasn't really worked for me at all doing it this way, so I'm just going to back out. Okay, I'm going to go outside, and that car, if it's working the way it should appear on the street. And then I would just drive it into my CEO Garage 2, which is the one that I'm using to do this. And then, you know, you just replace it over one of those cars that you don't want, a Faggio, Elegy, street car, or any other kind of car that you don't want. So you'll see my icon is inside my, let's see, actually. Yeah. So I don't really like that method. I really don't like doing it with the Pacific Standard, because you'll see it just doesn't work for me. So right now, I got my car is on the map, but it's inside my garage still. So that's not good. And let me just go make sure that my car's not back here. Okay, it is not there. Okay, you can clearly see that the location of that icon is inside my facility. Can I see through these grates here? No, you can only see through the front one. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not really going to sweat it, because I'm just going to go back in, and as long as my two cars are still kind of glitched out and stacked next to each other. You ever notice that too? It looks like you got a security guard inside your garage. You see that dude just standing there? It's kind of weird. Alright, But anyway, I'm going to go back in and make sure you go back into Garage 2. Or the garage that you started this one. Make sure you do not do it in Garage 1. So either 2 or 3, although I've only been doing it with 2. And now I'm back in here. I'm just going to confirm that these 2 cars are here. Okay, you see they're still there. Now, you have the option right now. The way I prefer to do it is just going back through your phone and, you know, joining another quick job of the Doomsday Heist. But I'm just going to go ahead and see if it's more reliable, as Rescue Me is saying, or was it Country Pride, one of the two. I'm going to go back up to my office, and I'm going to bring up the phone, and I'm going to go ahead and join a quick job again of the Doomsday Heist. Hopefully it takes me to somebody's lobby. As soon as I get in, I'm going to back out, and I should appear at their facility with my car, and then I'm just going to not even think about the MOC. I'm not going to try and save it in there because it's only worked 1 out of the 3 times that I've done it. The other 2 times the car's disappeared. And, yeah. So I'm going to drive it all the way back if this works. So, again, if you don't even want to fuck around with the Pacific Standard job, if you don't have it set up, if you don't have a friend that can send you an invite, or you don't have a random person that's sending you an invite, I kind of like this one better. I'm just going to go ahead and start this one nonchalantly. Here we go. Quick job, Doomsday Heist. Alone. And hopefully it populates a lobby. Hopefully it comes up and says, you know, populating lobby 1 of 3, 1 of 4, whatever. If it says that, then you won't get into that permanent screen where it basically kicks you up and it says that it's been disconnected or there was a network error. So this looks good right here. I'm just waiting for one more person to get in. See, sometimes it goes quick. Sometimes you have time to go ahead and back out and cancel this. Like, say, if this was the first step, you see how much time I have there. It's because nobody else is joining. The reason why I'm going now is because that fourth person just got sucked into the lobby. So that's why sometimes it's tricky on the amount of time you have before you can actually cancel that. And again, I want to make sure I cancel out of this before it starts up. I do not want to go into this job. No! There we go. I don't know what the fuck button I hit. But I ended up hitting the right one there. So it should spawn me outside of the host facility. And my car should be on the map, and I should be able to see the icon for it. And watch Rockstar play games with me and fucking end up, like, kicking me from the session or lagging me out or something. And there's my car. And you can tell it's the Dupe because there are no windows on the car. And again, I have my custom plate, so it's really important that you have the custom plate. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this long-ass drive all the way down the friggin' West Coast Highway here. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and... Oh, sorry. I'm not going to call the MOC. The very first time I did it, and the MOC worked, although my MOC is not really acting as if I have another car in there. So, if you want to try the MOC part, make sure that you have a car in the back of your MOC. I could have swore I did, because the first time I did it, I had a car in there, and when I drove it in, it gave me the confirmation saying your MOC is full. Do you want to replace the car? And I replaced it, and everything worked fine. So, I would recommend if you're going to do that, make sure that you have a car in there so you get that MOC full screen. But if not, you know, like I said, you've already done all this. You've gone through the hassle, maybe failing a couple times or failing a couple 100 times. You got the car. Just go ahead and drive this car back to your CEO garage and put it in Garage 2 and replace it with one of those cars that you don't want, whether it's a free Elegy, a Faggio, a street car, basically any kind of car that you have in there that you don't want. Make sure you do not replace it over an expensive car like a Tesseract or a Deluxo or whatever, because it will delete that car. So just know, whatever car you put it over, it's going to delete that car and save this one. So don't screw yourself. Don't waste your money. Go ahead and just drive this back all the way. Take a nice little Sunday drive. And then go ahead and save it. And then that's basically it. And in a lot of the videos, it says that you can just go ahead and repeat the steps by taking the Deluxo or the oppressor out. But I have not had that luck. I basically gotten glitched out every time I've successfully done it once. And I've had to repeat all the steps again. So, just to confirm, since we had some guys who tuned in late to find out what the requirements of this are, you need to have a CEO office. You have to have at least 2 garages, because you cannot do this with Garage 1. It would work with Garage 2 or Garage 3. Don't ask me why, but it seems like that's the way it works. you need to have that garage that you're going to be using. It has to be full of cars. You have to have the car that you want to dupe inside. You have to have a custom plate on the car that you're going to dupe. You have to have either a Deluxo or an Oppressor inside that same garage. And then again, you have to have some cars that you want to dupe over, whether it's the free elegies, Fagios, street cars, or some car that you just don't give a rat's ass about that you want to delete over. I mean, that you want to dupe over. And you also have to have a mechanic workshop in your CEO garage, because you need that to actually do the step where you can actually duplicate the car. And there's a couple options if you want to actually save the car or keep the car and have it appear on the street so that it's not showing up that it's still in your CEO garage, because a lot of times you'll see that the car icon is inside your garage. And the only way to get it out is either to have the Pacific Standard heist, whether it's one of the setups or the heist itself, active in your heist room. And you also need to have that message from Lester that says, do you want to go ahead and continue the heist? And if you don't have that, you can either get a random Pacific Standard invite from somebody else and just go ahead and join that, or you could have a friend that'll help you once you get to the part where you dupe the car. You could go ahead and have a friend send you an invite to his Pacific Standard heist or setup, and that'll be enough to basically glitch you out and get the car to appear. Although I don't seem to find that works that good. You see, my method that I prefer is to go ahead and once the cars are duped, I like to go ahead and just bring up the phone again and go ahead and hit quick job and select the Doomsday job again. And actually this time, instead of backing out, I like to let it load up. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and bring this in to Garage 2. It's going to say that it's full. So again, this confirms that this is a dupe copy of that car. If this was if say for some reason, if I was trying to pull a fast one and, make you guys think that it was working, it wouldn't give me the option to say that the garage is full, because that car would basically just go back into its original slot. So this proves that this is the dupe copy of the car, because it's saying my garage is still full. Now I'm just going to go ahead back into that same exact garage, and I'm going to save this over an Elegy, a Fagio, a street car, any car that I don't want. So I'm going to go ahead, and you see that's the original, that's the one that I duped originally. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and dupe over this one right here. Okay, now that's that. So they say, and I'm actually going to show you guys, just because I've already done a couple successes, I have no problem showing you. Now, in a lot of the videos, what they tell you to do is, oh, you can just rinse and repeat. All you got to do is get on this Deluxo or Fagio, Deluxo or Fagio, the Deluxo or Oppressor, drive it out. Okay, which, yeah, you can go ahead and drive it out, no problem. And it still doesn't, is there an icon on the screen? I can't see, okay. So, damn, what the hell? Okay, that's another indicator right there. You see how I drove it out? And now I can see it. It's not going to work. Also, I bring up my start menu. You see how I can change my style? Normally, it would, if you were glitched out, it would say unactive while you're on a job. So, I don't know why I'm wasting time. But yeah, anyway, we'll go ahead and do this. So if you get to this step and you're listening to those people on the videos that say, oh yeah, just rinse and repeat, drive it out, go back in, take your car that you want to dupe into the mod shop and go ahead and change an item, and then get out of the car and get back in and spam right and A at the same time, I'll show you it's not going to work. It will not automatically take your car back into your garage. It'll keep giving you the options to modify the car. So according to the videos, these are the steps right here if you want to go ahead and redo it. But I'm not trying to call anybody a liar, but it's not active. It's not accurate. Maybe it works better on PlayStation 4 or maybe in a different CEO office, but I can confirm at the Maze Bank, because I have it and Rescue Me has it, and we were trying, it's not going to work at this step right here. So you are not able to continuously just keep duping cars without going through the phone and the quick job menu to do the Doomsday heist. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and change the, what the hell is the plate? Maybe if I just remember my alphabet real quick. There we go. So license, change the color, yellow on blue, back out, back again, exit vehicle. Okay, now normally if this was going to work fine, what would happen is I would get back in the car, spam right on the control pad, and spam the hell out of the A button on Xbox or the X button on PlayStation, and you keep spamming it until it actually shows your car driving back into your second garage. But that's not going to happen. You're going to see I'm going to keep getting the options to modify this car. So you cannot repeat this, at least at this garage, or whatever. I don't know, or maybe I can't. So here we go. I'm going to hit Y to get back in, spamming, and I'm going to get the options to modify the car. Yeah, you see what happened right there? There's no way that I can do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit the car to garage 2. So unfortunately, either it's just me, Xbox, this specific CEO office, I have no clue, but I'm not able to get to repeat it. I can't just drive the Deluxo out. I can't skip the steps to you know, go on my phone and join that job again. So I got everything set up in here again. I got my oppressor. I got the car I want to dupe. I have some free elegies or cars I want to replace over. And I'm sorry, guys, for you guys that are watching. I'm going to go through the steps again. So here we go. I have my CEO office. I'm in garage 2, so make sure you have a second garage. Okay, don't do this in garage 1. Make sure your garage is full of cars. So I have 20 cars in here. I have the car that I want to dupe. I have a car that I want to dupe over. And I have either my Deluxo or my oppressor inside here. I have a custom plate on the car that I want to dupe, which is right here. Okay, and I also have the mechanic workshop inside this, well, inside my CEO office, because you need to do that. So I think this time I am not going to dupe this car, just to show anybody out there that might not have, you know, one of these Benny vehicles. I'm going to try and dupe a supercar. Let me just run up here real quick, because I don't want to start switching cars. I've been moving cars around constantly. So let me see if there's a car here that I haven't already duped a copy of. I've already duped, yeah, I got those elegies. I've already duped this Autarch. I've already duped the Shitaro. I've already duped the Deluxo. I've already duped that and sold them. So what I did is I bought all these cars, and I basically sold the duped copy of, I'm sorry, the original, and then kept the dupe copy. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me just check to see if this one has a plate. I'm going to use this one just to show anybody, if you don't have a Benny's vehicle, yep, I got a custom plate on that one. So when it gets time to dupe my car, I'm going to go ahead and dupe this one right here just to show you that you don't necessarily need a Benny's vehicle to do this. I bought that car myself. I haven't duped it because it's not that expensive. I duped basically copies of all my cars that I bought that were about at least 1.6 million and above, because once you sell them you could get at least $1 million for them. So I've pretty much duped almost every expensive car that I had, sold the original one that I bought, and kept the copy of them. And you can do that. Like I said, the Tesseract I've already done. Too bad I can't show you. That one you get 1.8 million for, if you go ahead and you know, dupe a copy back to yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Was that the Turismo Classic? And I'm just gonna go ahead and dupe it. If everything works out fine, I'm gonna go ahead and take the original one that I bought. I'm gonna go sell it just to show you, and then I would have obviously a duped copy of it. So I'm gonna go to my office, and I'll probably go ahead and end this. After this one right here, I'll check the chat again to see if there's anybody else who has any questions or any other funny jokes. I've had a couple of laughs from some of the people today. Oh, my fault. Okay, so, hey, OPG Butter Ninja, can you just go ahead and confirm that you heard what I just said? Because I just repeated all the requirements, and I'm going to go step by step. If you want, I can go ahead and repeat all the requirements again, because this probably will be the last time I'm going to dupe this one, and I'll end up ending the stream. So I'll give you a second. Just let me know if you actually caught everything I said, or if you fully understand it. And then we'll go ahead and do it step by step, so there's no confusion. What I will do, hopefully, is, since I got some time today, after this live stream's over, I'm going to go into the not the comment section, but the description of this video, and I'm going to go ahead and list the requirements. And then I'll go ahead and list step by step what you need to do, just to make it, you know, as hassle-free as possible. And then, again, you always feel free to leave some comments during the, you know, the recorded version. I always reply back to everybody. I'm always willing to help you guys out. I don't like posting shit on my channel and having a bunch of people saying it's patched or I can't do this, I keep getting this. Like, you know, that's fine if you do it, but I won't leave you hanging. I take responsibility for what I post on my channel. And I want to make sure that if I post something, that either I clearly explain it enough where it's easy enough for you guys to understand, I'll always troubleshoot like I did. I'll show you what works, what doesn't work, when you have certain problems, why you have those problems, and possibly the steps that you can go to avoid having those problems again, so you don't get stressed out, wasting your time, and end up getting nothing. So feel free, man. I'm always accessible. I'm always replying back to people. I want you guys to have as much success with this as possible. So I won't leave you guys hanging. So again, real quick, just in case if Butter Ninja doesn't reply back, and apologize for everybody who's watching who's already heard this for like the 10th time, but there are some people who have just joined in lately. Sometimes I talk a little too quick. Sometimes English might not be other people's first language, so yeah, I can understand. Not that I'm saying OPG Butter Ninja isn't, for, an English speaker, but just in case. Let me just go ahead and check that message first. Okay, so again, before I get started, I have a CEO office. Okay, I actually have a 3-car garage in here. I'm not a 3-car garage. I have 3 garages. I have garage 1, 2, and 3. I have garage 2 is the one I'm using. Do not use garage 1. What I did is I have filled up garage 2 with 20 cars. I have the car that I want to dupe inside there. Make sure that the car that you're going to dupe has a custom plate. Make sure that you have either a Deluxo or an oppressor inside that garage 2 or the garage that you're going to be using. You also want to make sure that you have free elegies, the Fagios, street cars, basically any car that you're gonna duplicate over. You also have to have the modification shop for your CEO garage. And when it comes to glitching the car out a little bit, you either need to have the Pacific Standard heist set up at your heist department. And make sure if you don't, say like for myself, I was trying with the Fleecer job yesterday and it wasn't working. So what I did is I called up Lester, I canceled my Fleecer job, I went back into my heist room and I started up the Pacific Standard. Make sure, because when I did it, it just automatically took me into the lobby to start the setup. And then when I backed out, I went back in again and it didn't save it. It didn't register as that was the active heist. You have to make sure that when you go back in there that it confirms that you have to pay $100,000 to start the Pacific Standard heist again. Now, what you can do is once you do that, maybe it'll save it as the active heist and you'll get those messages from Lester saying, hey, do you want to continue the Pacific Standard heist? But just to be safe, what you can do is go back in there and start up the first setup mission, which is the van mission. The one where you got to follow the vans and, take pictures of all that shit. Just start it up, get your 4 people in there, wait until you actually start up the job, and you don't have to complete it. You can complete it if you want, or you can just go ahead and take an RPG out and blast yourself and kill yourself, end that mission. Once you do that, it'll register that that is your active mission, and then you will get those invites from Lester. Just know though, when you load into a new session, it could take 5 to 10 minutes before you get that message from Lester saying, hey, continue this heist. So with that being said, that's pretty much all the requirements there. Or you could, what I'm going to do is just basically start up, that quick job through my phone, the Doomsday Heist for the second time. I'm going to load into the lobby, and then I'm going to go ahead and take off that way. So we're going to go ahead and do this quick. Like I said, this will be the last time. I have everything set up in Garage 2. I have the car I want to dupe with a custom plate on it, cars to replace over, and I have my oppressor inside there. So first step, and hopefully this works out well for you, you're going to go ahead and start up the Doomsday Heist. And you're going to select the loan. You're going to confirm it. Now, you'll notice 2 things are going to happen. Either it's going to immediately take you up into the clouds and you're going to be on a permanent loading screen because it's going to say network error, and you're going to have to basically restart your GTA and start this again. Or it could automatically take you into a lobby, and if it does that again, the reason why it's taking you into the lobby automatically is because you are the 4th person to join that lobby. So if you're player number 2 or 3, you'll see it'll pop up saying populating lobby 2 of 3, or 2 of 4 or 3 of 4. Then what you need to do is just make sure you follow the steps that I'm going to go ahead and do, which is basically bring your phone back up, start up that quick Doomsday job again, and then basically just back out, and that should cancel the request to join that player's job. So hopefully, since this is the last one, everything will go smooth. So I'll just start this again. Here we go. So the first step, after you have everything set up, Doomsday Heist, alone, start it up. Now what I'm looking for is right above looking for job. It's going to say populating lobby or searching for players. Again, if you're player number 2 or 3, you'll have time to bring up your phone, Select Doomsday. Fucking see that time. I'm going to be player number 4 right now. So that's the only problem. If you keep getting brought up into the clouds, it's either because either the host ended up canceling the job, and that's why you get the message up top on the left that says, yeah, see, I'm number 4. So I'm going to go ahead and back out. Hi, girls. Oh, you going to bed? Okay. See you, babe. See you, babe. Good night, Alma. Love you, too. Okay, so my girls came home, so it's actually good timing that this stream's pretty much going to be ending. But you saw what happened right there. That is a common thing. Don't sweat it. Don't think that the glitch is patched. All that means is you were the fourth. I keep saying it. You were the 4th person to join that that lobby, and that's why it immediately took you out. So if that happens, what you have to do is basically get yourself back to your office. So what I'm going to do is, instead of flying over there, I have my setup for that Pacific Standard. I'm going to accept it. And luckily my heist room is right across from my CEO office, so I'm just going to run across the street. Although it may be a better option if you try it and fail, or if you keep failing, just to close down GTA and start it up again. So at least you know right there, that's one reason why you could fail. It doesn't mean it's patched. It's just every time that I go in and I don't have enough time to bring up my phone again and basically try to cancel out that Doomsday heist, is because I'm the 4th person to join, and it'll automatically take you in every single time. If you're the 2nd or 3rd, you should have enough time to go ahead and bring up your phone, go back to quick job, Doomsday heist, and then just click on it once and then back out, and you'll notice that it won't be searching for the job on the bottom right hand corner again. So that's one way it can fail right there. Another way it can fail is it could just take you into the clouds, and then after a little, maybe within 30 seconds to a minute, it might pop up on the left side of the screen saying connection error or network error, and you'll be on a loading screen forever. At that point, you just need to go ahead and restart your GTA and try it again. So actually, I know everything's all set in Garage 2. That's what I'm using. So I'm going to go back into my office, because you could go in Garage 2 and start it up, but some people are saying that it happens to be a little easier if you start it up in your office when you start up the job, and then you could just basically, after you basically glitch yourself out, you just go into the Garage 2 or 3, whichever one you're going to use, and you have basically set up with all those cars. Although right now, I know for a fact, if I try to start this job again immediately, what's going to happen is I'll probably get joined into that guy's lobby again. So you could wait a couple minutes, or maybe if everybody left that his lobby for that heist, then you might be lucky and get back in and be the 2nd one or the 3rd one. But he's actively trying to find players right now. So if you keep doing it constantly after you fail, you may keep going to the same poor guy's lobby, and you may keep having the same problems. So hopefully I can wait maybe like a minute. Let me go check the chat real quick. That'll give me enough time. Hopefully he can find his 4th player and start up his heist, and then hopefully when I join back, I'll join to a lobby where there's only 1 or 2 people, and I have enough time to actually back out. So that's one thing right there where you can see that does really screw with this glitch right here. Okay, so we have Nicholas, Matias, Espiguel, Andrades. I think I said your name right. Sounds a little Spanish. Hola. We have Dylan Betancourt. Join Lester while you're in the car, fam. I've done that. I've done that plenty of times, man. I don't have luck with the Lester job. I mean, with that Pacific Standard. I don't know what it is. If you've been watching the stream, man, I suck as far as getting that one to work for me. And Lifestyle Command, all of this. And he said, did I win? I don't know what you won. You have a chance to win once I reach 1,000 subs. And that should be coming up hopefully within, let's say another 7 to 10 days, depending on how many people end up subscribing to me in the next however long. Like I said, I need about another 50 subs before I can go ahead and do that giveaway. And if you guys are wondering why I'm just rambling on right now, it's just because I want to make sure that dude who started up that Doomsday heist that I was trying to join, hopefully can get on his way and get the hell out of the lobby, so I don't have to join him as the 4th player again. Because most likely I'm either going to be the 3rd or 4th player. And if I'm the 4th player, it's going to keep going through these steps, and I won't have that I won't have much success. So I'll just give it another 30 seconds here. just want to say, like I said, this is going to be the last car that I dupe. And then I'm actually going to dupe not my custom Elegy, because I have enough of them. I got enough money. I just want to show you guys that don't have money for any custom Benny's vehicle. What you can do is take, you know, hopefully the most expensive sports car, supercar that you have, dupe a copy of it to yourself, sell the original if you bought the original, sell that, and then you can take that money and then you can go buy, you know, or get a free Elegy RH8, take it to Benny's, fully customize it, and then do this glitch again with that, you know, Benny's car. Either the Sultan will sell for us somewhere between, I think, I don't know, 700 to 800,000 if you fully customize it. The Elegy will sell between 900 and probably 980,000 depending on how much you customize it. You can also do this with the Nero Custom, but each time I think the most you're going to get for the Nero Custom is about 600 to 700,000. So if you don't have cash and you want to just use the cars that you have, like I said, take your most expensive car that you have. And don't use a Deluxo or any weaponized vehicle, because you're not going to be able to take it into your CEO mechanic shop to modify it. And you need to do that. So it can't be a customized vehicle. So try to just do it with an expensive supercar or an expensive sports car that you have. Or even if you have an expensive muscle car, or even if they're not expensive and you can only get 200,000 when you sell it, then do that. Keep trying to do that until you get enough money. Buy a Benny's vehicle and then fully customize that so you can make the most amount of money every time and continuously sell those cars. Because again, if you dupe a supercar like the Tesseract, you will get 1.8 million for the original one that you bought. But then if you keep trying to sell them, you're not going to be able to. It's going to say you can't sell cars for over 50,000. So you can only do that one time per supercar or per sports car if you've bought it. If it's a car you've gotten during a dupe or gift cards to friends, it will not work. It has to be one that you have bought. So here we go. Try not to waste any more time. So hopefully that guy's on his way. He's going to go finish his heist, make his money. He's not going to be cursing Popeye Goose for jumping in and out of his friggin' lobby every 2 seconds, stopping him from doing his heist. So fingers crossed that we're either the second or third person to join this person's heist right here. So we're going to go ahead, Doomsday Heist, quick job. We're going to hit alone. And again, I'm waiting for it to pop up right above looking for jobs saying populating lobby. And go ahead and quickly bring up your phone. Go back to quick job, Doomsday Heist, hit it once, and it'll cancel this looking for job on the bottom right hand corner. And do it quick, because you see there, I don't know if I was 3 or 4, even if I was 2 or 4, it could sporadically take another 2 players in, and you might not have enough time. Where if you're watching this whole stream, you see before, I think I was 3 or 4, and then by the time I brought up my phone and actually selected the Doomsday Heist again, somebody else joined, so it kind of screwed me, and I ended up getting sucked into the lobby. So things look pretty good right now. So I'm glitched out, and I'll show you once I get into my garage. One way to confirm it at this point is you go ahead and bring up your interactive menu, and the style option should not be there. You should not be able to select it. It should say not able to do this while you're on a job. What's going on is the game is registering that you're actually doing that Doomsday Heist with that person in the lobby you just joined. Oh, my fault. I'm going to get a headache. I hate being in first person. So here we go. You see right now, style, you cannot access this menu while on a mission. This just confirms that you've done the steps right so far. So the next step would be to get on your oppressor or get in your Deluxo, and you just simply drive it out and then get out of the vehicle. Or get off the vehicle or out of the vehicle, depending on which one it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and drive it out. I'm going to get off it. Another way to confirm that you've done it right, this is a second way to confirm. You see how I do not have a tracker on this vehicle. If I try to get back on it, it's going to end up kicking me off. Okay? So the next step is I'm going to simply go back into the garage that I started with. Remember, you do not want to do this with garage 1. You can do it with 2 or 3. I've been only using 2 because that's where it's set up. So you may be able to do it with 3. I don't really know. So people say with 2 and 3. I'm just doing it with 2. So I'm going to go ahead back in. And as I said, I'm going to show you a different way to do this if you don't have a Benny's vehicle. I'm not going to get that much money for that Turismo Classic, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Normally I would go ahead and use, if I was strictly looking for money, like if I really cared about the money, I would keep doing this car right here. So I'm not gonna. I'm going to go show you that you can use any muscle car, supercar, sports classic, whatever. Any car that you have bought. And I bought that Turismo Classic right there. It's got a custom plate on it. I'll just confirm it. I can't do the Outarch, which I would get more money for because obviously I've already duped a copy to that myself and sold the original. And you cannot use the Deluxo, even though you would get 2.8 million if you already, if you bought that car yourself. The problem is you need a car that you can take into your mechanic workshop. And those weaponized vehicles like the Insurgent pickup, you cannot do that with. You can only customize those in, like, say, an Avenger or an MOC. So I've already duped, you know, the Shitaro, which I would get a lot of money for, but I've already duped it once and sold the original, so that's actually my dupe copy right there. So now here we go. I'm going to go ahead and jump in this Turismo Classic. And this is for people that don't have the money or don't have a Benny's vehicle. I'm going to hit right on the control pad. Sit down, babe.
What she need then?
Okay, and it's going to be the same steps. I'm going to go ahead and just change one thing on the car. Easiest thing and the cheapest thing is just to go ahead and change the color of the plate. But you could change, you know, the horn, the lights, the hood, the whatever. Just change one item on the car. So we're going to go ahead and change the color of the plate. Only costs 300. Okay. Now I'm going to hit back, until I get to this menu right here. I'm going to exit the vehicle.
Be your best you.
Okay, now this is where you need to, you know, get this timing right. What you need to do on Xbox is go ahead and hit the Y button to get in the car, and then you're going to spam right on the control pad and A, and you're not going to stop until you get the little bing tone that basically registers that you have clicked the button to actually enter back into your garage. It won't actually pop up saying enter into garage 2 or whatever, but it'll just, you get that tone and it'll take you into the garage. At that point, you can stop spamming right and A on the button, if on the controller. If you want PlayStation, you would basically do the same thing. Do these steps, get out of the car, and then on PlayStation, you would go ahead and hit the triangle button to get in the car, and then you would spam right on the control pad, and you would spam X at the same time until you heard that tone and it gave you the animation where it's driving the car back into your garage. So here we go. Y, spamming, and I'm not going to stop until I hear that tone. And there, it's driving me into my garage now, and these cars should dupe on top of each other. Or like that. So, a couple options you have right now if you want to go ahead and basically get this car out of your garage. Because what will happen is right now, if I go and walk onto the street, you're going to notice that it'll show my icon for this car in my garage. And then what I'm trying to do now is get this car out of the garage. So you could, you know, and I'm not going to do it because I don't like it. And I see right there, I have my Lester continue message to restart or to join my Pacific Standard job. And you know what? I think I'm going to do it because even if it doesn't work, I can always come back in here and bring up my phone and do the method that I like, the way that I found today. So I'm going to go ahead and just start this up, and what happens is it should take me to my heist room, and then technically if everything works the way it's supposed to, you just, once you're looking at your little blackboard here, your chalk or your heist board, you just basically hit the B button. Okay, you see here, B. Okay, now technically this glitch should be pretty much done, but for me it has not worked one time doing it this way. So I'm just going to exit the apartment. And what should happen, if you're lucky, is that car should actually be on the street, and you should be able to see the icon for the car. So you should see the tracker for the car on the street. But it hasn't happened for me yet, so why would it happen now? So I can already tell you right now that you see the icon is still inside my garage. Right, you guys see that. So that means that for some reason for me, whether it's just my luck, or maybe it's this facility, some people are saying the Arcadia CEO office is the best one to do it with. Maybe it's a little bit more consistent there, but you see right now my car is still showing that dupe copy is inside my my garage in garage 2 where I've started this from. So all I'm going to do is go back in. I'm going to go to garage 2, and that Turismo, there should be 2 of them still in there. I'm just going to go ahead and confirm to show you. As long as you come back in and you have 2 of the car that you just duped right next to each other or glitched out, then you can do the step that I'm going to do, which I found today doing some troubleshooting, and I prefer to do it this way. I think it's a little bit easier. You do have a longer drive because what's going to happen is you're going to end up making it so that you bring up your phone again, and you see I still have both of them right there. Okay, so my cars are glitched out. Let me just make sure and see if my style option is still... Alright, my style option is still glitched out, so it's still registering as if I am in that Doomsday job that I tried to join. So what I'm going to do, you could do it from right here, but I'm just going to take a little precaution and get out of this garage because it seems like things have been messing up lately. So both those cars are in there. I'm basically trying to get one of those Turismos out on the street. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to my office. Once I get up there, I mean, you could do it from here as well. You know, good luck. Go ahead and try it. It's worked for me sometimes it hasn't. So I'm going to go to the office. And all I'm going to do is bring up my phone again. And I'm going to go ahead and go quick job. I'm going to go Doomsday Heist. And I'm just going to chill and let it sit there. And what I'm hoping for is that it's going to pop up saying populating lobby. And hopefully it's going to suck me into somebody's lobby for Doomsday Heist. There's also a possibility, unfortunately, it could take you up to the clouds. And then like 30 seconds or a minute later on the left-hand corner of the screen, it's going to say, you know, network error. And then you're going to be on an infinite loading screen. You would have to restart your GTA and repeat all these steps again. So now this time, no stress, no sweat, Doomsday Heist, alone. And this time I'm not going to do anything to back out. I want it to populate the lobby, and I want it to actually take me to somebody's lobby for the job. And again, it might pop up saying 2 of 4, and then you got to wait for the 3rd and 4th person to join, or it might just immediately take you. And hopefully it doesn't immediately take me and put me up in a cloud.
100%.
So I'm really looking for it to say populating lobby right now. And unfortunately, I've noticed the longer it takes, maybe the less likely that it's going to work. Okay, I did get the tone, so it did sound like it's going to take me to a lobby, but although at this point it's going to do one of two things. It's going to take you to somebody's lobby. Okay, perfect. Now I want to make sure I do not start this job. It could take you to the lobby, or what it could do is it could just put you in the clouds, and it could say connection error. And when it says connection error, the reasons why it could happen is either just there's a network issue, or whoever started that job that you're trying to join ended up backing out or canceling it. And if he canceled it, then obviously you're not going to have anything to join, and you're going to get a permanent black loading screen. I mean, a permanent loading screen. So what should happen right now is I should spawn outside of the facility of the person who started that job, and you'll see right there, my Turismo Classic is right there. Now this is the dupe copy, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm it. First I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then I'm going to drive out the original and sell it. So I just got to make sure I remember what slot these are in. So again, you could use the MOC, but you're basically playing Russian roulette. It might work, it might not work, it might just, you know, delete your car. It's probably too steep for me to get up. Oh, there we go, Turismo Classic, got some balls. So if you're going to use the MOC, just make sure that you have a car that you want to dupe inside it. Make sure your MOC is not empty. If it's empty, you're going to end up losing the car, and it's going to basically be deleted, and you wasted all that time. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and take the trip back. I just want to go ahead and take this time to let you guys know I appreciate you guys participating in the chat. Anybody who even didn't participate, that's just, you know, viewed the stream. I hope this works for you. I hope the fact that I did this lengthy live stream kind of shows you all the, you know, the problems that you could have and the different options that you have of, you know, glitching this car out and actually getting it to appear outside. I know some people don't have the option to do the heist, or you don't want to. That's the other thing too. If you don't want to reset your criminal mastermind challenge, then just go ahead and do that step that I did, where once the cars are duped, you go ahead and you know, just start up that Doomsday Heist again, and then just actually join the lobby and back out, so it puts you at the facility of the person who started that heist with your car. Because I actually did it, and it said it was going to reset my criminal mastermind challenge. I don't really give a damn about that, because I got enough money. I don't really care about the 10 million I get from it. But you know, if you're really worried and you put a lot of time into completing that criminal mastermind challenge, you know, if you go ahead and cancel whatever heist you did to go back to the Pacific Standard, you know, you're going to actually reset that. So if you don't want to reset it, then that little trick that I found is probably the best way for you. And I noticed myself, it's the most successful way for me to actually get the car to appear outside of my garage instead of just being stuck in there, showing that you know, the tracker for that car. So I recommend using the method that I found, not just because I found it, and as far as I know, nobody else in any of the other videos, you know, kind of used that method. So I guess I could kind of say for the first time in my life, I found a workaround for a dupe glitch, which I guess I can be kind of excited about, especially the fact that it helps you avoid resetting your criminal mastermind challenge, or if you're somebody that does not have, you know, a CEO, I'm sorry, a heist office or a heist department, or you don't have a friend that can send you an invite to their Pacific Standard heist to basically glitch you out as well. But you see on mine, I don't know if it's me, Pacific Standard, I'm sorry, me or the Maze Bank that's an issue. But maybe you have a different CEO office. Maybe it works better for you guys. But I just know, given my situation here, I tend to think that the method that I found myself today, from spending hours of troubleshooting, works the best. I prefer to just go ahead and join that Doomsday job again for the second time, but actually just letting the lobby load up and then backing out. Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive, but hell, when you're about to get $1 million, or in this case, it's probably only going to be a couple $100,000, because I'm just trying to show some of you guys that don't have money for an LG Custom or a Sultan or Nero or any of those cars to dupe over and over. Again, I'm not going to be able to sell both of these Turismo Classics. I can only sell the original one that I bought, and again, it has to be one that you have bought. So if it's a car that you've duped off of somebody or somebody's given you, it's not going to work unless it's a Benny's vehicle. So this is only one-time thing here. So once I go ahead and dupe this Turismo Classic and sell the original, that's it. I can't keep duping these. So what you would do is you would get that money from that one, even if it's only a couple $100,000. Hell, go ahead and get the free elegy, customize it as much as you can. And I think to customize the RH8 to a Classic, you might have to spend, I think it might be $400,000 or $500,000. So even if I dupe this car and sell the original, I might not have enough. So maybe you go out and buy the Comet Classic, because I don't think it costs that much money to actually, you know, customize it at Benny's, so it ends up being the new version of it. So any situation that you do, you're going to go ahead and just use these cheaper cars, dupe it once, and then find another car that you have that'll give you some money, and then you dupe that one again, sell the originals. Hopefully you get a couple $100,000 or $500,000, and then just go ahead and get one of the Benny's vehicles that you can afford to customize that one time. Try to put as much customization as you can for the money that you have, and then do this glitch again. Once you get one or two of them, then you sell those, and then you take the money and you go ahead and, you sell one of them, take the money and customize the other one and fully max it out. So I'm going to go ahead and show you again that one's in there. If this was fake, you know, it wouldn't have given me the option saying that my garage is full. So let me see what I can dupe this over. I'm going to go ahead and put it in this slot so it's not going to be confusing. Okay, so you'll see right there, this is going to be the dupe copy. And then now what I'm going to do, just to show you guys that I'm not bullshitting with you, if you don't have money for a Benny's vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and take my original here that I bought, and I'm going to drive it to Los Santos Customs, and I'm going to sell it. So you already saw that I have this same car up on level 3, because obviously that's what we just did. So I'm going to drive this out, I'm going to drive it to Los Santos Customs, I'm going to sell it, and this will give you an idea of you people that might be tight on money, that you can go ahead and sell this car again, because this is the original one that I bought. And then I'll take that money, and if I needed to, I'd go get an LG RH8. I would customize it as much as possible. If you can't afford the customization at Benny's for the first one to upgrade the car, before you even start upgrading the parts of the car, you know, go buy the cheap Comet Custom. And I think that one's a little cheaper to actually do the first customization at Benny's. And then, you know, put as much money as you can into the car to upgrade it. And then, you know, just keep doing that. Make another copy of it, sell it, or no, make 2 copies of it. Sell the second one, get the money, and go back to the first one you have, and just upgrade it as much as possible. So again, I do have a custom plate on this car, but what I always like to do whenever I sell any of my dupes is I like to change something on the car to take a little bit of value off the car, especially if you're doing a Benny's vehicle over and over and over. I don't think it's going to look too good if you keep selling a car for $950,000 over and over, especially with the same plate, the same color. So if you don't have 2 plates, then you can go ahead and sell it. But I always change to a different custom plate. I always change the color of the car, and I always modify the car to take off something. So I don't care if I lose a little bit of money. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and put the stock hood. So if I were to keep selling these cars, it wouldn't appear as the same amount every single time with the same plate and the same color. So I'm going to go back now. I'm going to change the plate. I'll just change the color. I'll just go ahead and put it to pop-eyed. And now I'm just going to go ahead and respray it. And just, you know, buy some cheap generic respray. Which obviously that's going to change the value of the car. Because if you have like a pearlescent or a really expensive color combo, you're going to lose that when you do this. But I don't really care. I'm just, what the hell did I spit? Oh, okay, my fault. So we're going to go black. And I'm pretty positive I've never duped this car because it's pretty cheap. So I'm going to sell it, and you see right there, I'm going to get $500,000 for this car because it's the original one that I bought. Now, I can't do that with the dupe copy that I had. I can't keep duping that one. So you have to switch up to another car. Like I said, use this method to get money. With $550,000, I can get that free elegy. And I should be able to do the first customization on it because I think it costs about $400,000 to $500,000. And then you would basically do the glitch again, make another copy or two of it, sell the copy. If it was a Benny's vehicle, get the money, and then fully customize the car. So you'll see right now I still have that Turismo Classic in there, which is a dupe copy. And if I would try to drive that out and sell it, it's going to tell me that I'm not able to sell it.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round.
And there we go. I put that in the very last slot in my garage on the 3rd floor, and that's the same one. That's the copy of my Turismo Classic. So,
Okay.
like I said,
got
you
stuff
can
to
go
do.
ahead and use this live stream here, the different methods for Benny's vehicles or regular vehicles to get the money that you need to hook yourself up. I've showed you some ways to fail, showed you a couple different ways to actually get the car outside of your facility. So go ahead and use whatever method you guys like, whatever works best for you. Things might change depending on what facility you have. So again, after this live stream is over, if there's anybody who watches this and has any questions, any comments, if you're having any kind of problems, just go ahead and write me a comment. I'll go ahead and reply. I'll try to help you if I can and walk you through it. Again, give me some time. I'm going to go ahead and update the description of this video to go ahead and list the requirements and the steps to go ahead and get the car basically saved for you. So real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and check the chat again and give you guys a shout out. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and spending the time with me. Again, if you're not subscribed, you want to participate in that 1,000 subscriber giveaway, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, the very first Saturday after that, after I reach 1,000, I'm going to hold that giveaway. It's going to be a $100 giveaway, and I'm doing 2 $20 gift cards, 6 $10 gift cards. There'll be a great chance for you guys to win. It should be pretty interesting. You have a chance to win multiple gift cards that day. It can be for Xbox, PlayStation, PC. If you prefer the cash, I can send it through PayPal, or if you're not on any of these consoles, I can go ahead and get you an Amazon gift card or the online, the redeem codes for all that. So, with that being said, I think we've had some success with this. We've had some failures, but hopefully this gives you a little bit more information than just a generic uploaded video where somebody trims out and makes it look pretty and nice and easy. You can see if you do this glitch, the most important requirement is you have to have some patience. I can't stress that enough. It can get to be pretty hectic and a pain in the ass depending on when you try to join that doomsday job. If you end up being the last person to join, you're not going to have the option to go ahead and basically bring your phone up to cancel it. So, unfortunately, the chat doesn't go back all the way to the beginning. So, I just want to give a shout out to, we have Rescue Me RC, we have Eric Bailey, Manly Rules, IBM Owner Reaper, we have Dylan Betancourt, we have Manly Rolls, we have Colby Orton, Danny Tudge, we have VYBZ, my fault, he's on PlayStation 4 again, for those of you that are on PlayStation 4, try and hook up with each other to do any kind of future glitches. We have Elena Kahadzi, I hope I said that right again. Let me just through. We have Lifestyle Command, Death Gun Live, again, great channel, go check him out, can't stress that enough. We have Miss Cutie Fabulous Candy Girl, hi Goose, it's me, Money Girl Blaze again. Hey Money Girl, you might be able to actually take part in this one if you have, the requirements. So hopefully I've been trying to help you out a little bit. I know you don't have money for the Avenger, but hopefully you can go ahead and do this glitch here and get yourself some money. that would definitely make me happy, because it's been a couple weeks I've been trying to help you, but you know, I guess money's a little tight at the moment. We also have Lifestyle Command. We have Xavier Smith, Spirit Chipway, Nicholas Matias, Espiguel Andrades. We have I think it's Mayed Bakir. We have Hayes M. Okay, Hayes M just joined a couple minutes ago. I just joined late. Somebody explained the glitch. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I've taken a lot of time. There's plenty of different times of the successes and plenty of times where it's been a failure. So I would just suggest go ahead and rewind it back about, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes, or even the last half hour of this. Go ahead and watch the last half hour, because I think it shows you one time where I duped one of the LG Customs, one time where I duped a regular sports classic car if you don't have an LG Custom, and it showed you the two different ways to go ahead and try and glitch the car out of the garage. And I go ahead and replay, you know, the requirements for it, what you need, and basically the steps on how to go to do this. Also have OPG Butter Ninja. Want to give all you guys a shout out. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you spending your Sunday watching this video. Hopefully you guys make some money from it. And, you know, with that being said, I probably will be back on later on tonight, either maybe helping some people do this, or possibly doing another playlist with some live stream races and death matches. Again, look forward to that 1000K subscriber giveaway coming up. Hopefully that's within 7 to 10 days. And hopefully I can give you guys back some, you know, some prizes for all the support you guys are giving me, man. It really makes me feel glad that I got this channel going with some of the comments of you people and, you know, the support you guys are giving me. So I just want to show my love for you guys, and I'm going to do that the best way I can. So look forward to that giveaway. It should be pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and end this. My girls are here. My girl's looking at me, wants me to get off the mic so she can watch some TV. But look forward for another live stream tonight, whether it's GTA, Fortnite, not sure what's going on. Hopefully you guys can join in the chat while we're playing. And with that being said, leave some comments. If you guys have any problems, I'll get back to you. And good luck with this, and just be patient, man. It's worth it if you got the patience and things work out for you. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you hopefully within a couple hours. Take care, guys.